All right, welcome to the Destiny Corner. I'm your host, Dimitri, and I'm joined once again by Joker. And we have a special guest. Gamma Trap is here. Welcome. Thanks for
That's
joining.
me. Hi. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. Big fan of your work. Big fan of your work.
Thank you.
I'm more interested in his dog going ham in the background. I'm
Man,
being real honest.
he's just trying to have a good time, man. Can you blame him?
Oh man.
It's all good. So, how is everyone doing lately?
Very well. Quarantine's treated me quite nicely because hardly anything has changed.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah, it's about the same.
I have like that big hermit energy going on. I rarely leave my house. I'm like a hardcore recluse. I just sit at home and just draw all day.
Oh, see, I'm going nuts, man.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, yesterday Joker showed me some art he's working on, so everything's kind of the same for you guys. But
it's nice.
Yeah, so let's start immediately with the Gamma Trap. What got you into Destiny art?
Well, I really wanted to learn how to draw digitally.
Mm-hmm.
And started finding things to practice on, just fun little stuff. And I was trying to practice this interesting technique called photo bashing back in the day, where you where you combine photo manipulation, 3D, and paint and stuff all in a digital format to try and blend it all together into a really nice piece. And I made that for Saladin and like his wolves in like the mountains, and showed Mylan and Sir Wallen at the time and asked them their opinions, and they both liked it. And Matt was like, Mylan was like, "Hey, can I use this?" And in the video, I was like, "Yeah, sure. Just let me know if you need anything else." And he's like, "All right, cool." He used it. People liked it. And then the next week came around. He's like, "Hey, mind if you help me with another piece?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I just started using that as a way to try and improve because I'm constantly drawing. And it just kind of never stopped at that point.
Yeah.
I actually have kind of a similar story to how my YouTube channel started. So Bife, if you remember way back in the day, he was like asking artists to like send their portfolio to him. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get my portfolio together and I'm going to work for Bife." And then I was like, "Wait a minute. What's he doing that I can't?"
Right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He's the one who needs the artist.
A lure and an artist? Well, what if you're both?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What if you're both?
Tighten up that tie a bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't have the ability to just like research stuff, so I wouldn't be able to pull that off. I'm too busy just drawing. I don't want to have to read things. My eyes are busy,
No, nobody's judging. It's out of this world, your art. Now, lately, you've been obviously doing Mylan. Is there anything you're doing besides your art for Mylan?
I do some personal stuff, but mostly all I do really is just because I devote like 3 days to the Mylan piece because we work so closely and we have to work so fast because shit moves all the time. And with YouTube, the quicker you are, more precise you are, the better.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. Preaching to the choir here.
So he's like, "Okay, I got a lore idea. I'm gonna start researching it and writing up the script. Here's the idea," and it's some random shit. Like the last one we did was Zavala in his weird dark place. And he's like, "It's about Zavala and him being all dark and shit. Here's what I got so far to get me started. I'm going to get started researching and scripting. You get started on the piece." I'm like, "All right, cool." We break and we get 3 days. He researches, makes the scripts, adjusts the videos and stuff, and prepares a little slot for me and my artwork. And I spend those days drawing. And then we get back at the end around Saturday. He puts the video together. He puts it out on Sunday. I get a day or two off. He gets a day or two off. And then we just keep doing it. And that's pretty much our little routine.
You get days off? What is this nonsense?
Yeah, man.
What is a day off?
I say day off. My day off is I just draw something else.
And you sell your stuff on display, correct?
Yes, I sell. Actually, it's me and Matt pretty much sell display. I sell regular prints of both of our stuff, and he's cool with me just having like my own little like regular like prints and stuff. But metal prints, that's like completely me and him.
Okay.
Like I sell both my stuff and our stuff on Imprint, which is my print place where I go to for regular prints, and then Display, which is sponsored and we partner with, handles just purely me and Matt stuff.
So I actually got a question because recently in the community, We've seen some takedowns from Bungie for some art and pins and stuff like that. And being me, because I'm like, oh, hey, I want to put my Titan on a shirt. Well, how far is that removed from concept art or like from like fan art? Not that much.
Well,
so how's that like with you guys?
Well, it really depends on a couple things, right? Like the biggest one, highest profile we've seen lately, I think was Boombus. I remember.
Yeah, we've all seen that.
Yeah, and they sold like pins and prints of guns and stuff like that, and I think they had like a couple of like back and forth with the legal team a few times about this stuff, and at some point Bungie started selling pins and whatnot, kind of really close to what he was selling. I think it's a little bit at one point. I don't think it is now. I don't think he sells those pins and stuff now, or I don't think he did before he got taken down. I think he stopped that whenever they asked, but I think he was selling regular prints of like guns and he likes to make these cool profile just shots of various exotic pieces and guns and armor.
Right.
But now Bungie's hired a third-party company to act sort of as like to find and to hunt, and we call them spiders. They hunt throughout the websites and stuff looking for tags and various stuff that would make it Bungie-like, and then they see if it's close enough aligned to something either they're selling or their own property. Like if it's like literally a copy paste cutout of their own work, they have a bit of a problem with that, and they're constantly taking those down. And more people are just constantly making more, so it's kind of a battle that they have to constantly fight with.
Right.
Boompus, however, makes all of his own stuff, so it's a really strange position. I think there's some weird kind of conflict there that they've had. Like they've talked a couple times before, like legal team and him. Okay. So I don't really know how to really go with that particular instance.
Right. Well, the reason I bring up the Boompus instance is because I don't know how familiar you are with like trademark and stuff. But the whole like intellectual property trademark thing is if it's infringed, they have to defend it, right? Because if they don't defend it, it becomes public domain.
Yeah.
So with it being defended here, that means now they have to kind of basically defend it every time there's a
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's still,
that's where I'm like,
it's a super dicey thing. It's one of those things. Dr. Jones, he's another Destiny artist, and my gliders are awake. Oh, no, I don't know if y'all can hear that.
No, it's all good.
Anyway, but he makes a bunch of stuff, not just Destiny, I think, but he made shirts and whatnot.
Yeah,
and he's just like I've had prints on various storefronts, and they've been taken down from Disney and whoever else. He's done his own stuff and worked with like Teespring and all these other shirt companies, and he's had a couple taken down. So we're used to this thing, and his view of it, which I'm not entirely like completely agreeing with, is it's better to just try it and have it taken down than ask and make them tell you no.
Right. Yeah, it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. They love having community artists make fan art to help enrich the community.
Right.
And they want those artists to continue doing that. So whenever like they sell merchandise and stuff like that of their own, they want those artists to be like recouped for their time.
Yeah.
And they want people to be able to buy those prints.
No, this isn't like something you shit out in an hour, This is
Yeah. It's at least 6.
I love the meme where it's like where you just draw, like it shows the erasing basically the picture underneath the white, and it's just like, this is digital art. It's just done.
You just type computer do art, and then you sit back and just have a Coke or something.
Yeah. Now, Gamma, are you personally worried about the whole situation, or are you good on it? Like, it's not
at the moment, no.
Mm-hmm.
But there's actually like a couple of interesting things I can't talk about.
Okay. Yeah.
No, that's fair.
So if there were issues, though, I would take them up with Bungie Legal and folks and stuff, and I would talk to them and find. And if one day ever comes where like the hammer comes down and I can no longer sell Destiny IP artwork, right? I'll just start making other stuff.
Yeah, I think you're well known. People are gonna support you.
You're
anyways,
talented enough anyway, so it doesn't have to be Destiny stuff. But I mean, we sure hope you get to keep doing Destiny stuff because it's awesome. That Fellwinter piece.
I like the Fellwinter piece was cool, right? But I thought your Zavala piece, the most
one that just finished
really
like
good.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like that.
I
didn't get to.
I like the armor. Sorry, the armor work I thought was really good on it.
Oh,
and
that
then you had the wolves in the background, and I'm probably reading too much into this, but I remember the whole thing with the Battle of Twilight Gap and Saladin and the wolf. Yeah, so I'm like, is this what the? So I don't know.
Now I'm gonna blow your mind here. No, that's cool. I'm gonna blow your mind here. Both of y'all, maybe. Those are actually lions.
Lions.
It looks like
those are lions.
Yeah, no, they're lions with thinner manes than usual, kind of emaciated, and I just didn't highlight the mane on the chest enough. But if you look at it, dude, they've got this big old like stripe thing across the entire head, and they've got this just dark face. So if they weren't silhouettes, I'd have to really accentuate their mane and make them look a little more pronounced. But I wanted them to look a little withered. But when they do that, they look like dogs. So I've had a couple people like, "Oh, dude, are those wolves like Saladin?" And you're not the first one. I'm like, "Nah, dude, I just suck at drawing lions, bro."
Though I do like the idea of the emaciated lion, because it's like the lion is the sigil of the Titan, and it's kind of like Titans are like Zavala is the Grand Pumbaa of Titans, and so if he's falling to darkness and withering away his hope, his confidence, I like that. I see the but it looks like wolves.
I know, man. I got you. It's cool, dude. It's cool, dude.
You get the deep meaning no matter what, and you're like, I just thought it looked cool.
What's funny is like sometimes I'll throw things in pieces just to. Y'all cool if I swear and shit, right?
Oh yeah, dude, you're
okay.
Good.
I didn't know if this was like a. Well, yes, true.
Episode 1, we went down the thing.
So,
okay. I literally throw a bunch of stuff in there just to fuck with like lore nerds and shit all the time.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure they're just like, whoa, oh my god, significance of this little thing.
Well, yeah, sometimes I do it just so they know, okay, I'm so glad they put that in there. Like the Fellwinter versus Saladin, not Saladin, the Shaxx piece I did where Shaxx is back fisting Fellwinter's head off. I gave him both horns.
Yeah.
You know, like little things if you look for, like, oh wow, cool. But other shit, it's like actually. I had this one with the frames from Rasputin, his big old robot dudes. I just covered him in Siva. Yeah. Despite we not knowing if they were covered in Siva.
Yeah.
I just for kicks.
I'm sure there's people in the comments that are like, but Gamma, we don't know if they had Siva on them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't care.
Oh, my favorite one is I did this wizard that was like doing this weird little spell thing on a guard, and he's like, and he's having the light sucked out of him. It was after the Xenophage lore.
Yeah.
So that was a hunter.
Oh my god.
I drew a Titan.
Oh.
And that was so fun. That was so much fun because they were like,
your mentions were great.
It was I love it, and they're like, is that Omar?
You know? Yeah, right. And it's like people don't seem to realize, like, it's like, I'm sure that's a ritual they've done to plenty of Guardians. It doesn't have to just be Omar, like, you know.
I mean, that's what Matt said.
Yeah.
And to me, he said that, and he's like, I didn't tell him Omar was a hunter, and and just trying to appease him. I was like, I wanted to draw a Titan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, duh.
That's it.
That's all. Titan Master Race. Come on.
Are we getting confirmation that Gamma Trap mains Titan?
No, I mean Warlock.
Oh, Joker was so happy, and then
no, we have the trifecta. Well, not counting Gamma, like in the lore masters, we have the trifecta. I think Matt's a hunter, Bife is a warlock, and I'm a Titan. So,
let's see. Matt has played all three. At last,
I think we've all played.
He started Titan.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and what's funny is at the last Guardian Con, which literally the last Guardian Con, then it turned into GCX or whatever. People were like, "Hey, what do you mean?" He was like, "Warlock." I'm like, "The fuck you do?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "No, you're a Titan, dude. Don't try and pretend like you're a Warlock. Don't try and pretend like you're one of us."
Is he pulling a Dredgen Yor?
I don't know, man.
Putting on a cloak, and he's like, "I'm not a Titan."
I think he's just a switch, dude.
I've started Hunter, and I'm still a Hunter, but I dabble in Titan. I think Joker's starting to get me in on that whole shoulder charge.
Dude, shoulder charge is love. Shoulder charge is life, man.
Dude, I don't know, man. If I play Titan, it's probably going to be middle tree hammer, big swinger boy, because I watch Sage play and he just one hit kills everyone in Crucible with grenades, and they constantly just refill.
Oh, you know what? That is a good point.
And plus, you get to be a Beyblade, you know, like once
that's true.
A game, dude.
That is
true.
You
like let it rip. And then you go into super.
I honestly think they're all great. I don't know. I love them all. It's the cop out answer, but I truly do.
No, you're good.
I used to play on the D1 when you could go back and play the campaign missions.
Yeah.
I had all the classes. In D2, I basically actually have like checkpoints saved on across multiple Titans. So if there's like anything I need to go back and record, I can just like boot it up. Yeah.
So you have 3 Titans.
Such a pain in the ass because you can't go back and like re-record stuff.
Yeah. Like if you do the story mission replay, sometimes it just skips the fucking.
Well, sometimes they have it in the what is it, the playlist thing?
Yeah.
You get lucky, but sometimes you'll have to play like 3 hours of Forsaken just to get a line of audio for a video, and you're like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. I mean,
is this going to be worth it? How many views is this really going to get now that I think about it?
My issue is like some of the moon missions, like if you replay when it's like the weekly mission or whatever, and it's the moon mission, the final one, when you have that weird ass cutscene with the doppelganger. And I know my voice just cracked. Yeah. And I know the viewers are going to tell me my voice
just roll with it. Oh, crack my voice with you, dude.
See this doppelganger. And when you're talking to the doppelganger, but you only get that once. Whenever you replay that mission, you don't get that cutscene. It's so frustrating because I want to record it, but I don't want to play through it all over again. And it sucks.
Yeah, I'll go back. I'll literally, because I've had to use that cutscene again, I'll literally just go in and download the video where I put it in the review and just cut the scene. I'm like, I don't care about the quality. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah. That lovely campaign of fetch quests.
Or how about in Destiny 1, the only cutscene that you can't get again is anytime you go talk to the Awoken.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Oh shit. Man. The one where the ship
where Aldrin like pulls the knife on you and like it's the reason everybody hated Aldrin before he killed Cade.
And you
that and his snooty ass attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, hold on. You're this prince of this fucking kingdom, and some like no-name guardian walks up and like drops his dick on the table and goes, "Hey, do this thing for me." Like, you gotta have an attitude.
Man, have an attitude all you want, dude.
I don't know.
Just be able to back it up is all I'm saying.
I think why I didn't like Aldrin was, and let's be fair, at the time I was in high school. I didn't like Aldrin because all the girls who played Destiny that I knew like fawned over Aldrin. I was just like, well, I'm sorry I don't have his hair and his emo look. You know, I'm sorry. Like, you know,
I didn't like Aldrin because I got Game of Thrones vibes.
Oh,
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Okay,
if you catch my drift.
I'm sorry, ladies. When I was a young boy, my dad took me to the fucking zoo, not to some parade.
Freaking, oh my god! I knew this one was gonna be fun. So, Gamma, who's your favorite like character to do art of so far in Destiny? Lately, not overall. I know it changes all the
Joker,
time.
right? He secretly has like a file. It's just my Titan.
Just the Joker R34 shit. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No,
I don't know what to think about that.
I've
drawn a lot of Eris lately. Not my favorite to draw. Very, very strange angles on her. That last Zavala piece I did was just the first Zavala piece I've ever done. Never drew Zavala before.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a, you know, he's got
like your if you just want my personal opinion, I like the ones where you do just the random guardians.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. I honestly like that personally.
That random hunter with the Crown of Sorrow chest piece and the Iron Banner cloak with the ghost.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
You've recently, maybe a couple of months ago, or maybe it was longer than that. I don't know. Fucking time moves. We're talking
quarantine.
Like,
there's no time.
Quarantine time, man.
Yeah, time doesn't exist right now.
Yeah, we're in Dark Souls kind of timeline.
Integrated like a more what was it, Marcus? the way that he does the things, but you've like taken that and you've like brought it into the grittiness of that. You brought it into your style. And it looks like really good. Marcus, what's his name?
Brian Munkus.
Munkus.
Mr. Munkus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, Marcus, who the fuck is?
I always see that as Marcus. I don't know why. I'm dyslexic. I'm horrifically dyslexic.
It's all
so
good.
If I read anything, it's probably wrong. No. Imagine how long it takes me to record a video from a script.
Oh,
you don't script, just go for it, dude.
There's still times where you jump over your words a little, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. Yeah,
I see that big dick energy.
That's just bad editing.
Out. You're saying Brian Munkus?
No, I loved it. I was like, because he had this like really gritty thing that he was doing, and then you like took that, or at least it looked like, in my opinion, right? You brought it in. You like, I like that. Let me do it my way, and you did it really fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. A little bit. What's funny is like I would constantly go into his chats and we would talk and DM and shit all the time about various ideas and blending and stuff. And he always loved how smooth and like stylized my pieces were. And I've always loved doing stylized pieces, which is like an entire year before, like last year, 2019, right. Almost all my pieces were stylized and kind of like exaggerated, kind of cartoony a little bit. And I always had a blast doing those, right? But I changed my style like once every, like if you go a year before that, it was all it was a little more choppy, but it just evolves constantly.
Oh yeah, same here, dude.
And he's been on my ass to try Procreate for over a year now. So I finally was like, all right, I'll get an iPad, I'll try Procreate. He's like, you'll love it, trust me. I was like, all right. So I got it, and I was doing my thing. And a lot of default brushes are very texturized, so there's like charcoal brushes in there. And I've always loved charcoal stuff, but I never had a good chance to do it on Photoshop because Photoshop doesn't handle brushes the same way Procreate does. I've noticed Photoshop from the ground up, the foundation of Photoshop was built around photo manipulation, color correction, stuff like that. For photos,
like you don't try to ink anything in Photoshop.
You could do it, but it's. I mean, they've gotten better, but it's not made for brushing and painting and stuff, and all my pieces were done in Photoshop, painted, brushed, sketched, everything.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at Photoshop at this point, very top of the line, but I got into Procreate, and it sucks at at color manipulation, value control, all that stuff that I used to be able to do, like that couple switches, change up the entire feel of the thing. All right, back to drawing. It can't really do that. It's not.
But it's got great brushes.
But it's brushes. It was built on the ground up from the brushes, and they plan on incorporating.
I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna say, Clip Studio, do it.
I've tried it.
Pull the trigger. Oh, have you?
It. I have.
Didn't like it?
I wasn't a fan, but I don't. But, you got to give it like You got to give it a lot of time to really get in the feel of things.
Oh no, I've been using Clip Studio since like 2016, so I feel you.
So you got plenty of hours under the belt on that one, right?
And lost just 90% of my brushes that I made.
When? What? Ugh.
Okay, so I had when I moved, I had this hard drive.
I know this story.
All my brushes saved to it, and it had all my art saved to it.
So shit!
And I got plugged into an Xbox instead of where it should have been, and it got reformatted.
Do you have this anywhere else? It was just the hard drive.
No, it's just the hard drive. So
that fucking hurts.
And dude. I have this Huion, right? Of this the Canvas 22, and a lot of those brushes I had to create to get that thing to work proper, because I used Intuos, so I used Bamboo, and so I'm used to that brand, the Wacom brand. And so I got this, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just, everybody says it's like a cheaper Cintiq.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
You got the bare bones, but it ain't got the juice. It ain't got the sauce.
Juice. Yeah, I plugged in. I'm not even joking. So I was like getting pissed with this piece, and I was like, I plugged in my Intuos, and like almost immediately it was coming together, and I was like, why didn't I just do this a week ago?
Wow.
Wow, kid, wow. Why do I suck at this?
I actually my main tablet that I use on Photoshop is a Huion. It's a GT191.
Fucking tablet, dude. Don't get me wrong.
Very bare bones. Doesn't really help you. It's the minimal aim assist.
Yeah, very minimal aim assist.
Now, No, keep going with that. No, it's
I
very
was gonna say you
interesting.
can tell they really, really want to do an undercut of Cintiq. They just haven't got the programming side down yet.
Yeah, Wacom's been at it for a while.
Yeah.
Huion's still kind of fresh. Like they've been at it for a while too, but like in a different direction. They're kind of new with the tablet game, I think.
I mean, that's why Wacom can still charge like $3,000
Yeah.
for a Cintiq. So at $6,000 if you want a mobile Cintiq.
Yeah. That's why I went an iPad, man. It was like a $700 iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate Apple. My family almost disowned me.
With you.
There we go. We have confirmation, public confirmation that Gamma Trap does not like Apple.
I'm waiting for Samsung to get their shit together because you can actually download Clip Studio. I don't know if you can do it onto an iPad, but I know you can download Clip Studio onto a bunch of the Samsung devices. But the interface sucks.
It's like when I was in school, we were trained to do all of our courses, Photoshop, Illustrator, all that stuff on both PCs and Macs. And then I went to work at various print and screen print places a couple years after that, and they had both PCs and Macs and stuff, and I had to use them both. So I've had a lot of experience with those worlds. I can't stand Apple.
Yeah, I'm recording this on a MacBook, and
that explains the quality. Look at you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. Just Gamma's got his like ambient going on. It's like it's got this nice glowing light. I look like just a mess, and you just look washed out, dude. I'm gonna be real and be honest and be real.
No, you look fine. You look good, man. Don't feel bad. You look good.
Like you have this leaning tower of pans though. That's
completely that's just you, dude. That's not your quality of the camera. Camera's nice. The pans are interesting. They add some interesting ambiance. I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just messing with you.
No, it's fine. I haven't had a MacBook before, so like for me, it's like a learning experience, because I finally got an iPhone, and it's got its benefits. It does. Like it was helpful in college, being able to like everything's connected together. But I don't know, like. Is it really worth the money? That's the real question.
Like if you got the money and you want everything to work with itself, and you've already got a couple things, and you're kind of already in the ecosystem, then just stay there. You'll be fine. Yeah. They pretty much have everything you kind of need. They're not very flexible. You can't really do much aside from the things that these things, the devices are meant for. But they have a lot of devices meant for all kinds of shit. So I mean, if you want to just chill there, you can. If you got the money, if you got the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm currently looking into my streaming setup so I can start streaming, and I would love to start live stream the podcast for people so that those who want to watch it live, they have a chance to. So that's what I'm looking into. Hopefully by the next episode that we're doing on Friday, I believe, we'll be able to live stream it. So
hit up Jay from the DTR podcast from the Destiny Tracker. Great dude, by the way. Ask him a couple questions. I'm sure he'll help you out.
Of course. And Gamma, you're always welcome on this podcast again. All right?
Am I?
You are always welcome.
No, just give it time.
Okay, let's get into the Destiny stuff. Enough meandering around. So how about that Solstice
of Heroes?
Yeah, I love it.
You love it.
All right, there we go. Gamma loves it.
All right, next question. I would like to preface this next chapter of our little conversation with, because I spend the majority of my time drawing this game.
Yep.
I don't actually play it.
I don't have much time to play it. I can play it once, twice a week.
Yeah.
I make videos on this game, and I don't play Solstice yet. And I'm like, I already have the script for it written, because I know, like, I like fucking everybody's like, oh, it's just the same shit, and I'm like, okay, I don't even have to play it, man. Like,
where's my script from last year?
Yeah, where's my script from last year?
I'll just re-upload the same video then.
Yeah,
I was good shit, but I didn't make a video last year, apparently.
Joker.
I don't know. I skipped out on easy ad revenue, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been easy. People love negative stuff. They would have been down for it.
Yeah, just rip it up, man.
I try not to.
I don't mean to.
Speaking of evil, I actually just turned ads on my freaking videos. Like they had.
God,
they had pre-roll ads before, but now I was like, I have a lot of videos that are like 2 hours long of like real time painting and stuff, and I'm like, dog, and just like put ads all in them.
Oh, dude, I think YouTube automatically did that for you, anyways.
There was a couple that had some like mid-roll ads, like 2, 3. There wasn't that many, but then like just like last week, I was like, dude, oh my god, and I apparently didn't have a lot of like there's a lot of them that had post, after the thing ads. I was like, man, I'm just gonna turn all these ads on.
Yeah, if you're like just anybody who's listening, if you're seeing like a bunch of ads during like 10-minute videos, by the way, and generally speaking, the creator of that video is like maybe one mid-roll ad and maybe one after the credit ad on an 8 to 10-minute video, that's YouTube, by the way. Just letting everybody know. They're just throwing ads in there because
money.
I guess quarantine?
Yeah.
People paying for ads aren't paying for enough ads to run YouTube, because I definitely haven't noticed an increase in money, but I've definitely noticed an increase in ads. So
and increase in viewership.
You do 2 and 2.
Yeah, but I mean, I also wouldn't blame you guys. You know, you got to make your money somehow. And it's fine. I just wait 5.
Thank God it's not through YouTube. That would
it's not that hard to sit through an ad. I usually don't mind the ads, just because like I'm always doing something while I'm watching the video anyway. So like a quick little ad doesn't really faze me that much.
For anybody who actually might be listening and going, oh my god, I can't believe Game is turned on. I just got my third YouTube money in 5 years.
Boy, there we go.
That's right. And that you have to hit $100 threshold for them to send you anything. So I've now gotten $300 from YouTube in 5 years.
Nice.
That's straight up baller moves right there.
That's like poverty dollars. Help me, Jesus.
Yeah, right. I think it was enough for groceries for like, a month and a half. Thanks, YouTube.
I think like if I really think about it, that's like a solid third of my canned chicken budget for the year. So I mean, we're solid, man. Dude.
Like YouTube's not my primary, but like there's been a couple of times where it's been like between paydays and like bills have gotten weird, where YouTube's just slid in. I'm like, nice.
Yeah, nice. It's nice to know, like, oh, thanks. It's nice to be able to eat.
Woo! Yeah, right. You just like you're just sitting there and you're just going, oh, all right.
Especially during holidays when the wife spends way more money than she's supposed to. And you're like, yes, well then.
Off the budget, off the script. This wasn't what we planned for.
Right. I do have a question from Little Dead Eyes. Where did you find your interest in Destiny?
I found my interest in Destiny from, as dumb as this, or not dumb, interesting, serendipitous as it sounds, Matt.
Oh, all right.
Because I originally was playing Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, that kind of time period. Dark Souls 2, I don't think 3 was out yet. But I was playing Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne and all that. And I was watching lore videos because I like looking at the story. Because I guess that's my fucking sin, right? So I was watching Epic Name Bro, Vladi Vidya, all those other ones that popped up. And Matt, at the beginning, used to make Bloodborne lore videos before he got frustrated they couldn't get past a certain boss and started making Destiny videos.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. And so because I started watching his Destiny videos when they came out, I then started watching Sir Wallen and a bit of Bife because he came a little later, and I started just kind of absorbed into that, and I was like, what the? I didn't know there was this much story in this crazy cool game. It looks cool. I've always liked how it looked, because at that time it was like Taken King area. For me,
you got lucky. You didn't deal with year 1, man.
No, yeah, vanilla D1 was not my bag.
Yeah, I played Dark Souls briefly, and I feel
Dark Souls
that I'm not very good at it, and I've come to terms with it. I love the look of it, and I love everything about the game. I just admit that I suck at it. But that's
I got one word for you. It's what my mentor Piccolo told me while I was watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Dodge
as much as you possibly can.
Or parry. Or parry. Practice is my word. You could suck at something and be really good at it in like a year, or however time frame you give yourself.
My brother Tony, he is all up on those fucking games.
Yeah, I mean, it's like this book I read, 10,000 hours or something. It's like you have to pour 10,000 hours into something to become good at it. And it's like, that's how it is with Dark Souls for me. It's like, just got to put the time in, man. And I'm just like, I
never feel like that's like true. Like, I get that that's true, but I never feel like that's true with art. Because I'm always like, I'm working on it. I hate it 99.9% of the time. And then, like, eventually I have a eureka moment and it's done. And then the cycle starts over where I just feel like shit for like 20 hours. And then, like, it's done. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, with me, when I figured about the whole art thing is it counts every fucking thing. Everything you do. It's like, yeah, I've put 8,000 hours in people's faces so I can do good portrait faces, but I've got an hour and a half in trees. So this person's gonna look great, but that tree's gonna look like shit. So you've got to like spread, that time across all these other spots and textures and styles, and then the more time you spend in each of those, you will then have a higher ability in each.
More, because traditionally I went from like comic book style art, like,
same,
to like trying to do painterly.
Same.
Because I was like, dude, I could like draw the like kind of or I can paint the illusion of a tree far off in the background, throw a blur on it, and it's fine.
Yeah, same.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
Or I could just use a texture brush that makes a tree. Dude, Steven Sedgwick, you know who I'm talking, Sunstone, and he's done some work for Bife. That man is the master of, I ain't gonna fucking do it. He has so many brushes for so many things. Like, if you go through and like look at his art, you see a lot of repeating textures and stuff, and you're like, this motherfucker,
this guy, he's
like work smart, not hard, and he is fucking amazing.
It's like if he's doing shit with DC, he's like, I've got a leather reflective brush that I made to make it look like this leather is reflective.
Yeah.
Or a Kevlar brush that's like a repeating texture all down like Batman. I'm just like, I'm done with you, man.
Oh, dude.
And then you go like watch his streams, and it's just you feel so bad because he's just like, and he like does these amazing pieces in like 2 minutes, and I'm just like, okay.
Dude. Dude, one of my favorite comic book artists nowadays is Jorge Jimenez or George Jimenez. Dude, that guy fucking rocks, dude.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's like his fucking his Super Sons. He's got that fucking exaggerated.
The Batman Catwoman thing that he's working on right now is super fucking dope.
That one piece
Joker looks so good. He came up with Punchline. He designed her. Oh man, she's amazing.
Dude, sorry, I love how he's able to make her like just fucking move.
Oh, dude, have you seen what he actually looks like though?
Yeah, he looks like fucking Superman.
Looks like Superman.
He's a Mexican
Batman,
Superman. Dude. He's like,
and
I'm like, of course. He just goes into a fucking mirror.
Oh god, another comic book artist. Fucking what's his name? Sean Murphy. Sean Gordon Murphy.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, so good. He did Batman the White Knight.
I have to look that up.
Read that.
Batman the White Knight.
He did Drawn or something like Tokyo something or what. God damn it, this is my brain being scatterbrained. Welcome to my life.
Batman.
Aha, this fucking dude.
Yeah.
Oh, did he do the one where Joker was like going to that weird one where he was like trying to be like a failed comic kind of thing? Is that one where he just guzzled all that fucking pills? Was that him?
Yeah, where Batman like shoved all the pills down his throat. Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Dude, he draws the best cars in the industry. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Like,
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. You're not wrong though.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest.
I ain't lying. I'm gonna be real with you here, okay?
Yeah, I have a lot of sayings like that I like cultivated because it's like catchy. People are like, what would you want on a shirt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 3 words. It's what it's.
It's what it's.
Anastasia Bray from Anna Braytech on Twitter says, if the Hive said an ogre, would the Valkyrie be online?
No.
There you go.
Mars is gone.
Mars is gone.
Yeah, we deleted. And no, I mean,
a good riddance to it.
That's I keep plugging myself, and I'm sorry if I sound like an arrogant, egotistical asshole.
No, you're all good, man.
But I did that one video where it's like Rasputin leaves chat. The pyramid ship comes in, and it's like, so I got all but one of them. What happened to the last one? Pussed out like a bitch. And it just shows Rasputin like committing suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's from Helsinga Bridge. Hold on.
Let's get this clear, guys.
Context is key.
Context is important.
Yeah. But you know what?
That was a great suicide, meme. And if you have mental problems where you feel like you need to, please get the appropriate help and talk to people.
Yes.
You're important.
That meme is fucking hilarious. That meme is really funny. I'm just saying, that meme was so funny.
Solid meme.
I believe Destiny the Meme shared a meme like that. It was just hilarious. Like, everybody was memeing Rasputin. But we're seeing that Rasputin might come back as the original version of himself. Yeah, as an exo. If that happens, I'm assuming you're going to do a concept on that. Probably. Possibly. Hopefully.
Like a Fellwinter 2.0 thing?
Kinda. I mean, that's the rumor that Anna's going to bring...
Bungie's recycling Destiny 1 story. Damn it. There, I said it.
Yep, he said it. There you go.
Well, they better.
Well, the rumor is that we've seen is that Anna's going to bring what's left of Rasputin and kind of like a hard drive type shit back to the tower. And
plug it into an Xbox. Get it reformatted.
There you go.
Damn it. Damn it.
And that was what the original Destiny 1 story was. The very OG Destiny 1 story was Rasputin was going to be in an exo, and he was going to get kidnapped by the Hive on the Dreadnought. You were going to have to go rescue him. So I'm assuming if that actually does happen, I'm assuming Gamma will do a piece of art on that, hopefully, at some point.
I will do a piece of art of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
That's been the goal for years.
So I'm gonna lore nerd outside the lore this, because I know people that are good with the Halo community, obviously. Right. And I know people that may or may not have sat in rooms with ex-Bungie members and talked about Destiny and the development of Destiny, if you catch my drift. And it kind of looks like Aldrin was supposed to originally be brought in as the Hunter Vanguard.
Yeah.
And Rasputin was supposed to be an exo. I wonder what we're doing now.
All these conspiracy theories. Quarantine was a government creation. So is the Rona Rona's fake. They're using it to keep us in our rooms to recharge the birds.
Wait. Well, yeah, dude, they got it. They got to recharge the birds to keep on from eating the friggin' frogs because there's chemicals in the water. Turn them gay.
I'd be interested to see, not necessarily gay frogs, but I would be interested to see how they plan on, like, because I'm cool with Destiny or Bungie recycling the D1 content as long as like it's the stuff that we didn't actually get to do or use.
Right.
And I'm also cool with them recycling shit that we just miss. I'm on that camp. Yeah, give me the Cosmodrome.
No, I feel that. My only worry, like literally, and we said
what are we gonna do with Spinfoil
podcast? My only worry with like recycling the Cosmodrome and the Vault of Glass is like, oh, is this like they can't make enough content in enough time, so they're just like, copy paste. And I'm like really worried about that's my only. That's literally because I'm like. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm infatuated with the Exo Stranger and time travel and stuff like that. So I'm like super hardcore, like hyped about Beyond Light. But then like the back of my mind, the critical part of my mind is like, wait, Joker, stop. No hype. No. Bad.
Focus on what we see right now.
Logical thinking. No. And then, so it's this battle. But I'm like looking at it and I'm like, Vault of Glass again. I want to play Vault of Glass, but are they going to fuck it up? Because if they throw some champions in there, I'm done.
Dude, here's the interesting thing. Done. Here's the thing you gotta consider. All right, Vault of Glass had self-resing warlocks, but they didn't have rifts and wells. And there's a bunch of shit from D2. The second Atheon takes a step, and he's like, "What's that giant disc of gold?" And everyone's chilling there, not taking any damage. That doesn't look right.
I feel bad for Atheon. I wonder if they're gonna bring it back though, like wholesale, like with all the same weapons. Because like Fatebringer was really cool in Destiny 1 year 1, but like, would it hang now?
Right.
That's a good question, I suppose.
Yeah. So like and that's gonna be the thing that a lot of people kind of like crap on it about. Is the rewards worth playing it? Like if they bring back the ornamented armor, oh hell yeah! Oh yeah. Hell the fuck!
Just that.
End of discussion.
Just that.
I don't think the Vogue armor gets enough love. Like everybody talks about the Crota and the Oryx armor.
I mean, those are good armors, dude.
But the Vogue armor, I love the Vogue.
No, it's good.
The Vogue armor like replaced your leg with extras.
Oh, it's good. They kind of already have some of those.
Yeah. They do.
In various stuff, but like I don't know. It's still
the Hunter one in Destiny 2, the one that we got in season of what the hell was it called? Season of
Dawn.
Or not Dawn.
No, it was like she's just Shadow Keep.
Yeah,
and
it was one of them. It had a like
season of the Vex or whatever the shit. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway,
Undying.
Undying.
It was that
the
forgettable.
Hunter leg. Right? I mean, nothing.
I had actually a lot of fun in those, like the Vex corridor thing.
I had
little
fun
repeatable shit.
At first, I think over time, as the seasons have gone on.
I mean, if you play the game like twice a week, you're gonna have fun. If you play the game like every day,
as much as I do,
you're not going to.
As much as
I do think that is kind of a difference that like a lot of people who are critical tend to miss. Not to like fucking segue.
No, we're segueing in the right direction, I think.
No, yeah.
But like, if
we'll get back to the repeatable content,
we have this difference, like where like you have like your Glads and you have your Dados and you have people like me who do play a lot of Destiny. Though I just play a lot of Crucible. So I'm waiting for somebody to call me out on my bullshit when I talk about PvP because all I play is Crucible, or PvE because all I play is PvP. But like, if you're playing it like all the time, you're gonna get burnt out, and especially like right now. Like I want to shit on Solstice of Heroes, but I feel like I have to make that video a lot more diplomatic, honestly, than what it should be. Because here's the thing. Yes, COVID. Okay, or Bungie should have been planning the next Solstice of Heroes a year ago. Mm-hmm. Also COVID. But also another game, another DLC, and it got pushed back, right? We wouldn't be feeling necessarily as daunted with the way that content is dribbling out if we had the Beyond Light, coming out in a couple of weeks.
You know what's really funny is I'll talk to my friends like Crit or Riot or these other people, streamers and stuff who play Destiny every day for the job. That's their thing. That's their shtick. And I'm like, all right, guys, you really like this stuff, and there's some have a good time. Some will be bitchy about various things because both those Crit's almost completely PvP. Riot does both. And Riot was on the team that world's first Scourge the Pass raid, for those who don't know. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, not often with Riot, because he's usually very like chill and level-headed, and he really didn't care. He can grind for days on end. But like for Crit, for example, and some of the other ones like Kuj and whatnot, I'll be like, all right, you got to understand. The majority of the player base who play at least once a week don't complete seasonal content.
Yeah.
Like the basic stuff, the quest for the guns, the basic lore stuff, the basic collectibles, like the basic shit, not even the hard shit, the basic shit, they don't complete it. The storyline, almost 50% of the entire player base just doesn't complete that stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's a strange perspective because they're like, no, that's not true. I'm like, it's true. Look it up.
No, it is. Yeah.
Like the most people who like, I wouldn't even say most, maybe slightly above half of the player base who play at least once a week don't complete every seasonal stuff.
I did like a vid way back in like year 1 or year 2 where I was like, and this is of Destiny 2. Where I was like, dude, only 13% of the population completed fucking the Leviathan raid on Xbox.
Oh yeah, that's a weird ass thing. Like, think about like how many people just haven't completed like Last Wish.
Yeah.
Or Leviathan. It's a great example.
Yeah,
also,
exactly.
just a bunch of people just don't actually get to play a bunch of in-game shit. So some people have that really interesting perspective of they play this every day.
And that's a completely legitimate perspective, I think. Yeah, I'm sitting on a wallet. My apologies. That's a completely legitimate perspective. And it is one that I will admit that I forget sometimes, a lot of times, because I'm just looking at this was copy and pasted, this quest is copy and pasted. Destiny is a very utilitarian game from a game design standpoint, and I actually kind of respect it. Because you have to, like, as an artist, I have to respect the utilitarianism of the game. Doesn't mean I have to like it, right? But I can go. I see what you're doing, big dogs on you, wolf wolf. When they basically every exotic quest is kind of the same thing. Go here, do this, kill this, same PvE grind,
collect this shit.
I think that is, and I've talked about this since day one, but this is kind of the intrinsic issue with Destiny being kind of an MMO. Bungie is really, really great at like single player shooter campaigns. Play any first mission from any DLC and you're like, I'm on board. You sold me. I love, like, Destiny 2's first mission was fucking amazing. It made me forget I was like losing everything. Forsaken's first mission was hella fun. Dude, like Cade's all like, well, I'm going to prison.
Yep.
and then they had all the cutscenes and stuff like that. It was really
Shadowkeep,
good.
had the frames, and
Shadowkeep had all the frames.
Red Jacks.
Flying. Dude,
yeah, the Red
no,
Jacks,
I'm sorry. Like I shit on all of Shadowkeep's campaign because you like literally go into like Bounty Quest Sim 2020, but that first mission when you like fly in with if you got a full fire team, like all the fucking drop ships are coming in and you got the frames fighting next to you. Dude, it's really good.
Right? Oh yeah,
the Bungie is really good at
and then that
every
presentation of the Citadel or whatever it is. Like when you go in there, you like the salting the beach of the beach, quote unquote, of the moon. You're doing your thing, and you finally get there and you see it. And
you turn the corner and you see the pyramid,
and it's just.
And the music swells. The music swells.
Oh yeah, it's just like the first campaign of D2 Year 1 when you go in, you see the Traveler being engulfed by that fucking thing after the tower's being blown up. You're doing your thing, you're killing Cabal, and you see the Traveler for the first time in that whole campaign, and it's and you're like, oh shit.
They do a really good job of you turn the corner and then shit happens.
Yeah.
and that's the thing that gets so frustrating because it's like, oh, there's so much potential there, and then it's just one mission.
I think they should honestly, and I've said this before, I think they should go back to like Halo style single player campaigns and then like figure out what they're going to do with sustained content between them.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that single player campaign and then everything else you do with everyone else.
Yeah, it's like a side quest or something.
Like,
well, I mean, you still have a 3-player. I mean, dude, you can take 4 players through Halo 3, right?
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I keep saying like Destiny's just Halo with extra steps. It's not necessarily wrong. We got a better lobby in Destiny where we can do emotes and show off our gear, but. I mean, Halo Reach, you had a lobby where you show off your gear, so I mean, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Halo Reach.
I've always been in this strange. Sorry, am I interrupting?
Nah, dude,
you're good.
We're interrupting each other.
I've always had this
I've seen a couple of drinks go across. Sorry.
I've seeing as like we're all able to see the landscape of like the community, the very passionate this, that, the others.
Mm.
It's interesting watching people's like decisions on like their preferences because some people want Destiny to become an MMO because right now it's we all know it's got those MMO-esque qualities, but it's not like an MMO. It's its own kind of weird genre. This hybrid thing they're going for because like Luke Smith,
like I said, it's very
loved WoW. Like he was the fucking Scarab Lord. Classic WoW, right? So it's like they want to take that, they want to take those elements of like community and stuff to do and campaigns, and you could see it, right? But they don't have the quality of life stuff like the most MMOs have. They don't really have like the typical kind of crafting and professions and all this other stuff that you can then like make stuff that helps you in raids that you can then like they don't have the typical MMO stuff.
Well, I think they kind of do, but in their like own weird way. Like I said, Destiny's very utilitarian. So if you go play Final Fantasy 14, which I highly recommend you do if you haven't, you'll go and like you'll do a fetch quest, like a random bullshit kill 10 animals, bring back their pelts fetch quest. And you'll get like half an hour of lore. And you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? Now most people are gonna hit X through that because they don't want to deal with it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's kind of cool that it's an option.
Right.
There's like fucking my ex played Final Fantasy like a religion. Oh. And I've seen almost everything about that game to be seen. Mm-hmm. I've tried playing it. It's not for me, but
no, I do. I feel that.
I've seen it, almost all of it. I know pretty much every bit of the story up to like at the end of Shadowbringers. And yeah, like almost every fucking quest has like in-game like little cutscenes for like walking up and their fucking head nods that they always do whenever they're talking about. Because I don't know, that's just their shit. I would always verbally say like head nod every time they do that, and it pisses her off because they do it so much. Like the ass was like, "Hey, you want to go outside?" And you're like, just anyway, that's their feeling.
I'd take that over the vague like Zavala staring into your soul while you read this wall of text.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind that. That's actually kind of cool. He's just like,
well, like I said, it's very utilitarian, right? It like gets the job done. It's not special. It's not flashy. You're there, you get the story, and you go. And if you want to just hit X, you're out. Yeah.
I think if that's like Destiny was more stylized, it would have more leeway to be able to do weird stuff like that. Like WoW.
Exactly.
It's like
I think Destiny would like benefit from a dialogue wheel.
Probably.
Yeah. I would like to just hear my character talk more, just so I can feel like my character. We've talked about this before on the podcast. I'm just not a big fan of the silent protagonist because it's just like it's just weak to me. Like it's just kind of lazy. Like I want to hear some damn dialogue. As bad as Anthem is, at least your character can talk. Like
I loved the shell of Anthem. Like it was. Yeah. I can literally to this day just go into Anthem and have fun flying around.
Oh no, I have.
Oh yeah, same here. It. Dude, I said it in my fucking review. I was like, damn, this game sucks. This game's terrible. But there's something about because I played the like little ballerina with the like dual blades and shit.
Oh yeah, the javelin.
With the nice ass.
Is that what it's called? No, they're all called javelins. What the fuck? They're all called Scout javelins. Thing. Yeah. Anyway.
It was a Scout one. It was the light armor.
Ranger or whatever, or whatever the fuck it's called.
I just played the one with the nice ass. I
was the one that could fly and do magic.
Oh, you're the Storm. Storm.
Yeah.
You're the Warlock.
That's right. Warlock. Exactly.
I was the Ranger. Warlock. Missile launchers.
I was the one that had shoulder charge. Like literally. That's my brother. Like
boy.
He started playing it a little bit before because I played the beta and I played the like default one, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely the more Titan one. Yada yada yada. And then like my brother Josh, he's like, hey, this one has shoulder charge. And I'm like, done. he's like Ghost. He said texted me the other day. He's like Ghost of Tsushima has shoulder charge in it. I'm like, done. Got to play it.
Dude, I've seen so much people play that and it looks so badass. It looks such a wide variety of options to how to handle every combat situation. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I watched the dude just literally always just kick people in the air every time he's fighting them.
Oh my god, that looks
I really, really, really want to play that game so freaking bad, and it drives me freaking crazy.
People are trying to categorize it. Like, is it like Breath of the Wild and The Witcher combined with Dark Souls or Sekiro? And I'm like, it's none of those things. It's its own thing.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah, and I freaking
we have a Dark Souls genre because Dark Souls was its own thing. How about we have a Tsushima? I can never say that word. And I know how Japanese fucking naming conventions work.
Tsushima. Yeah. I mean, I bought Anthem for $9, and I definitely think it's worth $9.
Lucky you.
It's on sale right now, actually. But listeners, try out Anthem. It's on sale. It's actually worth trying for like a few bucks. Like, it's actually pretty fun. Like, look, The one thing I fucking hate about that game, though, is how slow you are in the fort. In the fort, you're so slow. Everything takes forever in the fort.
Okay, so I really love the idea of the fort because I mean it's the Tower 2.0, right? And
Yeah,
there's like
I like the
lore,
fort.
and you go and you talk to characters, and you have like you have an instanced world where like your actions affect kind of, sort of, maybe.
You have a dialogue wheel, and you can talk to all these other people with your own individual dialogues, as opposed to
lore.
Yeah,
and there's lore all over the place. And
there's lore all over the place, and there's like things that you do that do lore.
Yeah, I think there's a stall that helps you customize your javelin and all that stuff.
Yeah, like the more you do, the more stalls open up, the more things will get fixed and move. And that's obviously great in a game, so you can actually
there was like a quest where like you go up to the stall, and this was like completely optional. Yeah. And this chick and her girlfriend, they wanted to like open this bakery, and like it was like after this like huge like bit of dialogue, and it's like, okay, and then they're like, hey, could you give us some money to do it? And it's like, you're losing some money, but like, what the fuck does money matter in this game anyways, right? Yeah. And you just give it to them, and they open their bakery, and I'm like, I feel good about that. Just like, I feel like I did a good thing.
A little extra. Every time you go in there, you can just imagine how good it smells now.
Yeah, dude.
And you're like, dog, I spent $70 in this game when it first came out of the pre-order. You can take these pennies.
Oof!
Make your bread.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like, the gameplay is it is really fun. Like, I'm having a lot of fun flying around, and I love that missile launcher ability that the Ranger has. It's so much fun. Like,
and listeners also be advised, I don't think it blows up consoles anymore, so you're good.
Yeah, no, mine's running
it used to break PS4s.
Just
yeah. It's a fun game, and you know what? It's nice to take a break from Destiny and play a game like Anthem. And the story's it's fine. The story's fine.
Halo 5.
Yeah, you've been playing a shitload of Halo. But besides Destiny, Gamma, what else do you play?
Let's see. Whenever I want to chill out, I boot up the old Neverwinter Nights.
Oh my God, we're best friends. We're best friends, whether you like it or not.
So I've been wanting to hold on. So this is me being the like guy who read the books and who played D&D. Okay. But I've never played the MMO, and I've like been like, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, but
okay, let me clarify.
What's
I've only touched the MMO Neverwinter. Okay. I'm talking that there's an old fucking game.
Way back when.
Way back in the day. Okay. Just around the age of like Icewind Dale, a little after Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate.
BioWare Neverwinter.
Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. PC.
That was a strange time, man.
Are you getting ready for fucking
Baldur's Gate, the new one?
Baldur's Gate 3? Yes.
Yes, I am. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah, I am. Yeah. No, but yeah, I'll literally like I've got like the entire R.A. Salvatore, lineup of books that I will literally listen to while doing all these art pieces. And what's funny is I'm sure you might actually have the same shit, Joker, is if I look at a piece I've done, and if I look at a particular point, like if I look at like, I don't know how much of those you can see, like that's Fickrell. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. If I look at Fickrell's arms, like his shoulder bits, I know exactly the part in the book that I was listening to while doing that. And it's interesting. It's like a weird time capsule. Every one of my pieces have like a strange part in R.A. Salvatore book. It's cool.
So mine's more like music. I listen to like I can't listen to music that I understand the lyrics of. So I used to listen to like a lot of Japanese music. Okay, because I can just like, it's there, but I can tune it out type thing. And I definitely can't listen to audiobooks, so I kind of envy that. I can listen to audiobooks if I'm doing anything else. I went through 3 audiobooks this week, in fact, doing like cooking, cleaning, house chores, shit like that.
Dude, driving. That's what got me, like, it's the weird mental thing. It's like, where you're driving, you listen to an audiobook. That's the same way I work with artwork. Like, I'm kind of there. I'm kind of doing my own thing. Like, I visually know what's going on. I know what it needs. But mentally, I'm like, all right, do that. And I know it just takes a second for me to think that. And then I can just do that for the next 10, 15 minutes. And that entire time, the book is not interrupted at all. And I get to enjoy the books and stories. And I can just keep working. And every time there's another little instance, like microsecond of like, all right, shade this. I'll just do that.
So I'm like horrifically ADHD. So, you know, it's like one of those things, like it's really, I have to like buckle down and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And so if I get distracted, like with a book or something, I'm going to be like, this book, this is so super cool and interesting. I want to listen to this.
Yeah, but
Nothing
like if
got done that day.
Yeah, but like if you listen to the book, would you just stare at your piece while you're working on it and just listen?
I'd probably like get up and do something else.
Oh, okay.
No, I just couldn't do the piece. That's
gotcha.
I'd have to like do something that's like
some people have to like be involved in a particular thing.
Concentration intensive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, with me, I just like to like I can visually and physically do stuff and just let my mind just fucking go off and do its own thing.
Right.
Yeah, I have to like be able to like automate the process.
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking about just automating the process. The way we automate the process is different.
Yeah, like
I'm
mentally
more
automating.
Mentally into the art, and I'm like thinking about everything I'm doing. Where like the music that I listen to, especially like I said, it has to have like lyrics that I can't understand if it has lyrics.
Right.
It's just like background noise, right? But if I'm like cooking or something, that's such an automated process. I'm an amazing cook. I had to do that professionally for a couple of years. So
really?
Don't get excited.
Joker that we didn't know about.
Don't eat Applebee's. Is all I'm saying. They'll hire anyone to cook.
I know these secrets.
Anyways, yeah. So I also bartended there. So you know, there you go. Know the bartender good, and you'll get better drinks. That's all I'm saying. They water everything down. How do you think you get $1 fucking tequila shots? Come on.
I don't do those, man. I do the, you know, they're not sponsored.
The beer.
So you know what? They're not sponsored. So
I'm doing a rum and coke right now. So.
Hey, then you'd get along with my brother just fine.
Yeah, with my booze stuff, I don't do beer. Like this is honey cider.
Oh, all right.
If I want to get boozed up, I just use hard liquor, like vodka or tequila.
Exactly, right. It's less calories. I was doing earlier at the start of the podcast. I was doing this like truly black cherry lemonade hard seltzer.
Do you like it?
It's like I prefer. Okay.
It's like alcoholic LaCroix.
White girl. I prefer White Claw if I'm gonna drink a hard seltzer.
White Claw.
I'll take a couple White Claws.
I'll take a couple of White Claw.
That cool.
You know, the lemonades aren't terrible. I mean, it's the same thing, right? But it's just a lemonade.
I don't think I've ever had a White Claw. I probably should.
If you like, and it wasn't bad. If you like seltzer water, right? If you like bubbly water, if you like static,
I hate seltzer water.
It's gonna be amazing for you. If you don't like static, TV static water, it's gonna be okay. Because I don't like TV static.
It'll be all right. It'll do its job.
Like if you're in Texas and your alcohol stores are closed on Sundays, like mine are, and you can only go to the gas station and pick up.
Yeah, you're in Houston, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
Yeah, I'm in Fort Worth. So I'm gonna get along so well. Fun fact.
Yeah, there we go. We just get it.
You know,
awesome. Is that? Do you think is that the fucking reason? No, it can't be. There's plenty of Texans who get mad. I was gonna say.
I don't know, man, because I get along with Matt really well too, and like Australia is.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, what's funny is like Australia is just like a European-ish Texas.
Yeah.
Like I got a buddy of mine who moved here from like Melbourne, and he was pissed. He was like, "I had all these other options to move to other places, and I fucking chose Texas, and it's like fucking home. I could have had. I was like, I could have had any other experience, but now I got tornadoes.
That's hilarious. You know, that's just like they're the chillest people though. Like all my Australian friends are so cool. They're so chill, and like people think like. They've been talking a lot.
They're not gonna take any bullshit either.
No.
Me and Locke just fucking butt heads, and it's the most amazing thing ever.
But that's the funny thing. Like, you know, all my friends are always like, Dimitri, you're so chill. You're so chill. You know, it's just that Californian in you. And I'm like, I'm not from California. I'm from New York, dude. Like, you know, you just don't piss me off. Like, once you piss me off, you'll feel the New Yorker. Like, you know,
you'll see the accent quick.
Yeah, right. But you know, that's just the way it goes. But California is way nicer than New York. I'm sorry, it just is. Like, it's just the laws are better. The laws are better. The laws
okay.
Are better. So, but that's just the way it goes. Like, everything's
cringes
just
in
chiller
Texan.
You guys are down in Texas. I don't know what you have to put up with down there with your laws and stuff, but
absolutely nothing.
A couple of weird things, but aside from that, just do your thing. Don't hurt anybody. Go to church.
It's not legal yet.
Yeah,
there's that.
Nothing's legal there.
Well, we got legal booze.
Yeah, we got legal booze.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, we don't got legal weed yet.
Yeah, well, California definitely does. Not that I know anything about that.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Drink responsibly, take your drugs responsibly, and within accordance to the law of your area, and or whatever other exclamation points that I have to
exactly
give
right. That I must legally say for the context of the situation.
Please don't check under my futon.
Various asterisks implied.
Yeah, right. But we segued so far from the original topic.
Yeah, this is just a fucking conversation now. Hey guys, how's it going?
No, it's great. The listeners love it. I think the listeners, they really love the casual atmosphere.
It's like the Joe Rogan show where it's like just digresses up. We just now need somebody to pull videos up onto chat whenever we need it. Yes, we got dog on video. We got a puppy now.
We do have
puppy on.
That's instant likes right there. All right.
Yeah, dude.
There you go. Does this go on like YouTube or anything in particular?
So the podcast goes up on YouTube and on Spotify, and a couple other things, but nobody ever listens to it on those kind of things. So Spotify,
like Apple, Google.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts. I think it's up on there now. It gets automatically uploaded to both. I have to upload to YouTube manually, and that's just the way it goes. But it's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And the listeners, I think, love the casual atmosphere of you guys are big guys in the community. And I think people really like the idea of listening to you guys just be casual.
That puppy's built in my heart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm all about that puppy. I got cats, but I raised Rottweilers as a kid. Little bitty Rottweilers. Oh, they're so cute. And I miss having dogs around.
So. Sorry, you were having a really deep conversation moment when we started talking.
And then
we
got puppies. Dogs. We got into puppies. And I'm tipsy, so you can't get me off topic, dude. Or I'm just gonna go with it.
It's just, I think the listeners just love the casual atmosphere of listening to some big people in the community. Just be chill, not be 110% on Destiny all the time. Because we got plenty of podcasts like that where they're just this is what's going on in the game. This is what we think about the game. That's the podcast. And it's just I love that. And I definitely, love talking about Destiny, but that doesn't have to be the whole thing. Place. Yeah. It doesn't have to be the whole thing,
I keep telling him this should be digressions the podcast or stream of consciousness the podcast.
I literally
just follow the flow.
It popped into my head last night. It was Talk Shop podcast where we just talk shop for no reason, just random shit.
As the Aussies call it, the old chin wag.
Yeah, right. And so I'll just reach out to random people and I'll just be do you want to be a guest? Do you want to be a guest? Because I want to get as many interesting people on this as possible. And Joker, he really freaking helps on this because he's so good at just talking. He's really good at it.
Am
I think you are.
No, he's a natural. He's a natural. Just give him some booze.
I'm a natural asshole, but other than that,
Okay, so Dimitri, your job is going to be to keep Joker slightly in check, but keep him talking. And Joker, your job is to talk.
Yeah, just to keep
my job is to not have a fucked up sleep schedule to where I have somebody who's I've promised to talk Warhammer 40K with, and then pushed it back a week, and then not shown up when it actually happens because Dimitri said 8 my time and it was 7.
Yeah, we were you were 6 Central, and I was okay, cool. And I quit my stream half an hour beforehand to make sure, just in case we needed to do some checks and shit like that. And then I was getting kind of worried. I was
No. You were good. And I fixed it. It was good. I had to get everything all set up and shit. But
hold up, my chair's gonna take over for now.
No, you're good. You're good. What Joker's talking about? Yesterday we were doing we recorded Warhammer podcast with I did it with Wicked Jester, and I keep forgetting that Joker is in Houston. So like I keep forgetting because all the guests like Orchid is on Pacific time and Joker's on Central time, and then I get fucked up with Mountain time, and then it's like so weird. I fucked up and I forgot the timeline. So I hit up Joker and I forgot that he was doing something. He was asleep. He was taking a nap, and so I was like, all right, I'll just record an episode with Jester and then I'll record another one with Joker. And then Joker's like, yeah, I was sleeping, man. I was taking a nap, and I was just like, yeah, I know, it was my fault. I fucked up. Like it's okay though.
I was gonna suggest maybe another possible guest of yours. I don't know if you know. Do you know Critical Ape?
I've heard the name.
Okay, Critical Ape is a PvP streamer.
Perfect.
Right, a newer face in the community. Okay. Not like fresh, but like he's climbing very quickly due to his both ability and his just very chill demeanor, and everyone just likes how cool and relaxed he is. And he's Pacific time. I think he's up in Washington, so you'll be able to jive that time zone pretty well.
Okay, and he's got a Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's just Critical Ape.
I'm trying to find him. I'm not finding that. Critical Ape.
Critical Ape.
I found a Critical Ape who's about fish and marine life.
When they're like, "Hey Joker, complete the census," and I'm like, "But I did that online."
Yeah.
There you go. I just DM'd you his Twitter.
All right. Yeah. Sweet.
Critical Ape.
Oh, that is him.
Yeah.
Oh, Critical Ape doesn't like me anymore.
Oh. Because it says fish and marine life enthusiast, so I was like,
he does like his fucking fish, man.
Okay, I was like, is this the right guy?
We're talking Critical Ape.
We're talking Critical Ape.
Oh, he doesn't like me anymore.
Well, why? What'd you do to him?
Okay,
that poor boy.
So I had the audacity to have the stance when me and Nate talked about this because Nate is the reason I know Critical Ape. Critical Ape is a younger human being. Yeah. And I had the stance when all the let's say No to Rage stuff was coming out. When it first started, I need to clarify, when the allegations, I was like, let's hear all the allegations first and then witch hunt.
Yeah, that's exactly the same shit I said. Dude, people were so fucking pissed at me. I'm like, bitch, I ain't said shit. I ain't unfollowing anybody until I see what's done.
Yeah, dude. Let's see what happened first. Let's get the receipts, right?
Yeah.
Because
Lono
like not even like 2 days later, like somebody came after Angry Joe, right?
Yeah.
And then like it was like then they're like, oh yeah, never mind, that actually didn't happen. And
a bunch of people were calling out a bunch of stuff. A couple were like super serious shit, and some were like completely fake, like EK. Ekugan? I don't remember how to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
and then
apparently
some of it was like weird. I would almost say social misunderstandings that got blown way out of proportion.
Yeah. It's just easier if you just chill, let things kind of come to light, and then you can make your stuff. But
because a lot of people are like, if you don't say anything, you're condoning it. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, I want all the evidence first before I make a statement and look a fool. Yeah. Because if I like condemn somebody who's innocent, like what good am I? Like I'm being an asshole.
That's the debacle I was in. Like I was between a rock and a hard place where I wanted to comment on it, but I also didn't because I was like, I'm not as well established as you guys.
Like, she got harassed.
Who?
Right.
Destiny Memes.
Oh,
we had her on the. Oh wait.
Yeah, we did.
Oh God, did I just out Destiny Memes? Because we had her on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you listen to the podcast, obviously you know she's a chick.
Moira.
Yeah. We had her on the podcast. I assume her. I don't want to get it wrong, Moira. Okay.
Is that
it's
Moira?
Her? It's her. Right. It's not. It's not that Moira, but her name's Moira.
Because there's okay. I was like, wait a minute. Because there's a Moira that goes around cosplaying as Moira, and she hates me because
that's not her
opinion.
Okay.
But like Memes love me.
What I will say is she is a Chinese woman.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Destiny the Meme was
talking
on
about the same person,
and they were awesome.
So Memes was an amazing person. Yeah. Loves Titanfall 2, which is the best first-person shooter to date. And I completely agree with this analytical analysis.
I love that.
And she got a lot of hate because she was just posting memes during this time. Like she was just like doing her thing.
Yeah.
And like people like how dare you post memes and not come out and say anything?
And it's like, sometimes you just got nothing to say,
It's like it's, the whole point sometimes is just to joke about it.
Yeah.
And it's not like making light of a harsh situation, even though kind of that's what it is.
No, she wasn't even making memes about the situation. She was just making Destiny memes. Like
that's up there. Jesus.
This wasn't that, dude. It was like,
oh God.
No, okay. We're talking about comparison of horrible.
No. Some are dark jokes and some are.
We're talking context here.
Context is key.
This wasn't anything like that. It was just like, hey, Lord Saladin, more like Lord Saladin.
Yeah.
It's basic Destiny stuff.
People got mad at her because she wasn't commenting on the situation, and I almost commented on it, and then I think I might have tweeted it, and then I deleted it because I didn't want to say anything because I'm not as well established as you guys are. So I was nervous that I was gonna blow it up on accident, So
that's probably my biggest problem is people don't expect me to punch back the way I do.
Right.
Because Matt doesn't do it, Bife doesn't do it, nobody else does it. And then they're
more people are so nice and reserved.
Talk shit to content creators. We just talk shit. And so we're gonna go and talk shit to Joker, and then Joker's like, "Nah, bro, I'm from Texas."
I don't think I tweeted anything about the situation aside from I literally said, "I ain't unfollowing anybody until I see what's going on. I want to see what's happening, so that's why I'm not unfollowing. Fuck you." And then I tweet.
No, you know what? And I think what you said was very to the point. It was very to the point and honest, and I appreciate that because I'll admit, I was a big fan of Lono. I used to watch his shit all the time, and so when that shit came out, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? So but I obviously wanted to wait and see how he responded before I made a judgment on the situation, because in the text of there's plenty of dudes that go through shit like this, that it can go either way. So I'll I just want to know.
I love H.P. Lovecraft's writing. Right. That guy was a horrible motherfucker.
He's a twisted, kind of dark, sick, odd, strange man.
He's
his
a horrible racist. Okay, I mean, time period, right? Even for the time period, though, he was pretty bigoted. But I love his writing.
Yeah,
you have to be able to separate the art from the artist.
Yep.
And it's weird though. It's a skewed kind of blending of the lines when it comes down to a personality like Lono. He provided a service, like the reviews and Q&As and his very valid opinions for the most part. No,
don't get me wrong. I never liked his videos. I didn't think they were that great. I could understand people sticking with what this is. I'm more so putting up a defense for the people that stuck around to keep watching his content after the fact.
Yeah.
I never liked his content to begin with. He did a video way back in the day.
Just watched the podcast because of the guests that were on it.
I didn't even watch his podcasts. I saw one video way back in the day talking about the state of Crucible, and I was like, "You're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about." And I was done. So, but people who watch it, it's one of those if people who still like his content still watch his content, but can go, hey, yeah, no, he's a terrible human being. Please watch him if he's around anybody. Okay, the dude has kids, right? I don't want to see his livelihood, his kids suffer because he fucking did something stupid, right?
I'm sure you've already experienced this, but there's gonna be a lot of people who always rolls. Well, if you watch his content, if you don't like him, that's all well and good. But if you watch his content, then you're helping him and you're supporting him, and then they have a serious problem with that.
Yeah, but like you're also supporting his kids. So that's where I like come in, and I'm like, I'm still not gonna watch it shit because I just don't like it fundamentally.
Yeah.
As an artist, one artist to another. Like where do you go from there?
Yeah. No, you're fair.
But
Like I don't
it's
watch
like
it.
I don't want to see because it's like where does redemption come into it?
Right.
Like where does like becoming a better person and like making amends for what you've done in the past come in?
Yeah, it was such a strange phenomenon because the whole thing happened apparently, if I remember correctly, like 2 years ago. And then after everything, he got like a bunch of therapy. And like I'm not following him or anything anymore. Like he can do his thing, but like it is like why do prisons exist? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's there to like keep people away from the public, but it's also there to sort of work on what's supposed to work on, like
if they were actually working and not places for
rehabilitation, you know.
Like
there's
where
some
does
countries that do it pretty
rehabilitation
good,
come into the picture exactly?
Yeah.
Like what does somebody have to do to prove that they're a better person? When does redemption come into the picture? And
for a lot of people it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, a lot of people want the spectacle, it goes back to people being torn apart in the Roman Colosseum, dude. Like we're not much different than that. Even now, we just have a different version of it, and it's Twitter. And I mean, like even like go back to like Waco when Waco happened, right? People were like glued to their fucking TVs, going, "Yes, wait till they all die."
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a fair point.
Condition, dude.
And somewhat, yeah.
We don't want to admit it, but it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a sick, twisted fascination.
Yeah, I mean, people like to watch that kind of shit.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole situation was really odd, and like, I don't watch his content anymore because the podcast is gone. So like, I don't have a reason to watch his shit anymore because like I watched that podcast just because like there was other content creators on there that I liked, like Paul Tassi and whatnot. Like, they keep me informed on the situation. Clintus is a really nice guy, but like the whole situation was just really weird because like, going to college, like in this day and age, I had seen dudes, go through shit like this, and I've seen dudes in my college that were, the hate was way too hard for stuff that either they didn't do or it wasn't as big as people thought it was. But that's just the internet just blowing things up. And like that whole situation was really weird because it came out of nowhere. It literally just came out of nowhere. And then everything else came off that.
Well, I knew about
I had no idea.
some of it beforehand, because Nate knew about it. Nate
Right.
knew about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, because he's like talking about it. He's like, oh, I don't like this guy. Yeah. And I'm like, that's like rumor and suspect. Bro, like, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
and then it blew up, and I was like, okay, egg on my face, I guess. But at the same time, it does go back to the like, we as human beings like to see people get canceled. In this modern era, and like what happens after they get canceled, like there is a like, essentially, it's a death sentence. Is what we're looking for. We don't want them to make money anymore. We don't want them to be like doing YouTube stuff, Twitch stuff.
Yeah, everyone was saying, like, just be a Walmart greeter.
Go be a Walmart. That's a death sentence, dude. He's got a family. He's got a wife. Like, fuck you. You're just as bad at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's
in my opinion.
A bunch of people were actually hoping, like, wishing like death threats and really bad shit.
No, I mean, this like a lot of people like to talk up the charity and stuff that the Destiny community does, and by no means am I going to downplay it. But as somebody who's kind of on the outside of the Destiny community with nothing that they could ever find in my past because I'm a good human being, that could bring me down. But other than my opinion about a fucking video game,
which they'll try their best.
They will try their best.
They always do.
They might try my commissions. And Gamma, if you've ever done commissioned artwork, you know what I'm talking about. It gets weird.
Hell yeah, dude! I had some weird furry shit I've done.
Yeah, dude. But like,
it's not bad either.
You'll get fucking yeah, it's good money.
Dude, I don't know where these furries get their money.
I don't know either, man. No, man. Furries got money, man. Dude.
It's crazy. I mean, continue with your conversation.
But yeah, people want you like dead in this community over like opinions on a game, and I get it comes from an emotional place where like they have invested themselves so much into Destiny because maybe Destiny's helped them out in like a suicidal way. Maybe they were suicidal and they played Destiny and it helped them out. Maybe in my place, like I completely understand this because I come from this place. My mom died of cancer. Me and my wife, we had this girlfriend after this. It was a cry for help, basically. The most pathetic thing you've ever seen in your life. We dated this chick for like half a year and it was bad. We wanted to fix somebody, but we didn't want to fix ourselves after this whole thing with my mom dying. And who I'll call Kat, she was not the most mentally or emotionally stable type person. And we finally came to a place where we realized this is us trying to do this and not trying to help ourselves, and we had to dissolve the whole thing. And it ended terribly. But like, this was about the time that Destiny 1 came out, and I was super hyped for it. I was a manager at GameStop at the time that Destiny 1 was going into beta or something. It was either alpha or beta. And so me and Anna, we played together, and we were like, oh, we like this. And then when Destiny came out, and we played together during Destiny 1 and stuff like that, and we played through Destiny 2. And that really helped, like, reconcile our relationship. Like, just the teamwork and the camaraderie that you, like, kind of... It's always weird to talk about that. But, like, I mean, how many people have gone online and they've met people... and they just keep talking to them. They keep talking to them. They keep joining up, and you just build this camaraderie and this friendship that lasts for years. You know.
And this with you and your wife.
And so, yeah, it like rebuilt it with me and my wife.
Destiny saved your marriage.
Destiny saved my marriage. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's awesome.
So, like, a lot people like think I hate Destiny. I don't, man. That shit saved my marriage.
You just have standards, man. It's okay to have.
I have standards. I have Halo standards. I have Halo 3 standards. Like, you got to be as good as Halo 3 to walk through the bar. Okay.
Yeah. No, but that's a good thing, man. Like, that's really awesome. Like, I've made a lot of really good friends through Destiny that have like stuck with me through the shit. You know, like one of them hit me up randomly, and I don't really talk to her as often as I should. But you know, we used to be in the clan together, and she hit me up randomly. And she's like, "Hey, I saw your podcast. I'm listening to it. I'm so glad for you. I know we haven't talked in a while, but this is awesome. Keep going." And I was just like, "Oh, thank you. Like, that means a lot. Like, you know, and it's awesome."
This community has really great elements, but it also has really toxic elements.
And I think it's good for us to be honest about that.
It goes back to that, like, emotional investment. And, you know, I have to imagine, like, if I was back in my, like, Halo 2, Halo 3 days, or especially, like, Halo 1, Halo 2 days, where I was, like, competing in MLG and going through that community and shit like that, and I saw somebody talking shit about it, I'd probably be mad.
Yeah.
I'd probably say some shit I shouldn't have.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is.
I'm curious how many mothers are truly due for a good Joker attention. Promises given once need to be kept, I assume.
Look at that face. Look at that face. Yeah.
I always try to foster this really positive kind of vibe with everybody, despite the fact that I say some weird ass off the rail shit.
Yeah.
But I like from time to time, something like the whole Lono thing happened. I think it was a Lono thing, and then I made these like I made a Warlock, Hunter, and Titan, like transparent animated pixel art kind of GIF with a heart, and I just gave it out for free. I'm like, use this if you're streaming, you can use it as your stream alerts. You know, just do whatever you want, have a good time. try and like, and I'll make little things like that, and I'll give them out for everyone to try and like ease everyone a bit. And I know it's not much. It's just animations or GIFs or pieces of artwork or whatever. But I'm always trying to like, hey, these are people. Man, these are people. That's a person. That's a person. That's a person like you.
In the age of the internet, we have kind of dehumanized one another.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like after the whole, again, not trying to bring it back to the Lono thing. Like the second that shit happened, I DM'd Lono, and I was like, "Hey, just letting you know, this is probably gonna be the most stressful time in your life. Despite having kids, despite everything else, it's probably gonna be the most stressful, traumatizing time in your life at the moment that you've experienced to this point. I'm guessing. I don't know. Don't isolate yourself. Stay with your family. Take time to do your thing. Try and stay positive about everything. It's going to be hard. Do what you got to do. Come to terms with stuff. Just, if you need, seek help. The whole basic. I'm trying to make sure, like, it's like I've seen.
Don't put a gun in your mouth. And
we've all seen people go through this shit and just kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's not have that happen. I don't know what's going on, and I'll wait till everything happens. I'm not saying you're innocent or nothing crazy like that, because I don't know. But right, hey, exactly. Don't do this if it comes to your mind.
That's the mob mentality that we tend to forget. That like it can drive people to do horrific things.
Yeah.
Or do sad things. Not necessarily like I say horrific in the like terms of like a horrific loss of life. But it's sad. It truly is. Like the mob. What was that blood worth to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what was that life worth to you? Was that worth your community homogeny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like no one wants that kind of like blood on their hands, but they don't think about it because they don't. Because they dehumanize all this shit.
Yeah.
So same with like I don't know if y'all are keeping up with this shit, but Chris Hansen got involved, and it's the funniest shit.
Oh God, what did Chris Hansen get involved in? Oh, okay, please tell me he wasn't the guy who needed to sit on the couch.
No, not Loner. No. It was this thing with another Destiny PvP streamer and another Destiny streamer. I think it was two content creators.
Oh, are we talking about the chick who was like 24 and the guy was 16?
He's 19 now and she's 20 whatever. Like they're adults.
So I have a weird opinion on this.
It's a strange thing, man.
My dad was 26 and my mom was 16, so I wouldn't be alive.
What's the context of the situation?
Okay, so nutshell everything, because if your viewers can go research the shit.
Yeah.
At this point, there are two adults who consensually love each other, and officially, and a bunch of people taking a bunch of stuff, evidence from various past tweets, past stuff. But to their official responses and official quotes, they met when he was 16 and she was 24, and they got officially together. And I think it's long distance. I think they haven't even met each other yet to this point.
Right.
I don't know. That might not be right.
Yeah, people claim it's grooming.
Yeah, exactly. They think it's grooming because around the time he turned 18 or 17 or whatever the legal age that, and his dad confirmed and said, cool, his legal guardian, they got together when he was of legal age, like officially, and they were just friends before, but they counted when they first met as like they said like 3 years of love in their most recent like thing, and so that was back when he was like 16. So there's a strange who the fuck knows what the fuck's going on situation. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So it could be grooming. I'm not going to say it isn't, but it's probably just people met, and as time does their thing, people get older, and then we got two now adults.
I'm going to be honest. I'm in my late 20s. My mother was 16. I think my dad was like 22, 23. He didn't know it at the time. He didn't know the age difference. He just met this chick who was super mature and shit like that, and in a bad house situation. And so he was like, oh, I'm gonna be a decent human being and help you out. And then love kind of blossomed between it after that, and here I am.
Yeah.
So
like every single situation is subjective.
Every situation is different,
And so I commented on this dude who's again now an adult, right? Legal adult.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's
whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's like technically like a full-fledged adult after till they're like 23 or something, 25 maybe.
Yeah.
Your brain doesn't finish functioning.
Having said that, I think people like here's a strange opinion. I think people like 16-year-olds who rape and commit murder should be tried as adults.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Completely. Like they knew what they were doing. Even if they can't quite don't have the actual mental facilities, like their frontal lobe isn't fully developed to think about the shit after that.
Okay. Maybe this is because I watch a lot of anime, but I've watched enough anime with lollies who go around like butchering people to go, yeah, they knew exactly what they were fucking doing.
I'm talking about real life, man. I'm talking about I'm talking about little midget French maids.
Do they not know?
All right, real talk.
It makes you think.
So I commented on this dude's his official post, and I was like, hey, hope y'all are doing good, because again, they're adults now, and I don't know how the fuck Chris Hansen got involved, but that was the funniest shit. I love Chris Hansen. That was I love his voice, everything about it, the shows.
People added him.
Yeah, so a bunch of people added him, and they sent him some of the transcripts of the stuff. So he made a video on Twitter, and it's the best shit ever. Because he calls these people out by their names, and he's like, "Hi, Chris Hansen here," and he's fucking doing the thing, and he's getting in the camera, and he's doing his voice. Now, you might have seen my show, To Catch a Predator. I've been looking over some transcripts, and regarding a one, and he says the person's name, and behave. You don't want to end up in a nice bar stool talking to me in a kitchen alone, I assume. I'll keep watching. And it was the funniest shit. Like it's mildly traumatic to be called out by that, and I can't imagine.
I wouldn't want to be in that situation, but
I would hate to be there. But like on a sideline, I don't know. I might want to be there. Not like in the same context. Like I was like,
I'd want to be the camera guy.
Oh yeah, I would love to be the fucking camera guy.
Zooming in.
So
let's get this.
It's a mildly fucked situation, and no one still knows. Like some people have automatically made up their mind. You're fine. Some people have automatically made up their mind. Oh yeah, that was grooming. That's fucked up. So it's another one of those weird controversial moments. And all I'm saying is like, hey, hope y'all figure this shit out. Stay safe. Find some peace and be good. And immediately because I left that.
One of those like castrate pedophiles type person, right?
Yeah.
Gun to head, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my mother was 16. My dad was in his 20s. Different people. I mean, it obviously was also a different time period, too.
I would assume that a big win for them is that the dad said it's okay.
Yeah, I'm like legally.
For my parents, or for my, unless you're talking about, we're talking. It was a bad situation. If you're talking about the other one, then like,
this other one, I think everything is legally by the letter of the law. Fine. I don't know though. I'm not a lawyer. I haven't looked into this shit much. I don't even know her. I only know this other dude.
Yeah.
So it's weird. So again, like I just comment on his thing. And I was like, hey, hope y'all are doing good. But because I did that, people are like, oh my god, Gamma.
What the fuck,
condoning grooming?
Gamma, are you a lolly convict?
No, dude, I fucking hate lolly. Dude, that shit creeps me the fuck out.
Dude, I feel you.
Friggin', oh my god.
I have a buddy who jokes about that because he knows it creeps me the fuck out. It's like the most cringe shit ever.
That's why I don't like modern anime. Most modern anime is
like,
a lot of them. Not I shouldn't say most. A lot of them, like the slice of life ones. It's like they're just like this is a bunch of kids. Oh my god, they're so cute when the wind blows up her skirt and you see little flower panties. I'm like, that's an 8-year-old.
Yeah. And then you're like,
man.
Yeah.
I'm good, dude.
Anime. I'm like,
or like, okay, no. But on like the side note though, so you got the like on Twitter you got the Uzumaki-chan shit going on, right? Where it's like this skinny chick who has big tits and she's like 18, 19, 20, whatever, in the manga, and everybody's like, this is unreal. Man. And like if you like her, you're a pedo. And it's like, wait, what? What? And so like I don't know if you've seen my last fucking piece of artwork that I posted. That I'm like fucking working on and shit because God knows I'm. Anyways, so I have this chick in my story because I'm like doing this whole like universe thing. Wishfire, and it's like this chick like just conceptual as like, dude, a thief should be like small, quick, and nimble, right? Like D&D style, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, this chick's like 5'2", and is like flat as a board, and yada yada yada. But I also like drawing nude people. Okay, I'm sorry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I like way back when, like a couple of years ago, I was like posting like art a lot, and like somebody like started like talking shit about like this character, and I'm like, no, this character's like over the age of, like she's older than the main character of the story. What? Why are you? And so I just stopped because I didn't want to deal with that. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't like the internet is the internet, dude.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
People are going to have their opinions on anything. So, you know, it's just the way it goes.
I just ranted. I had to get that off my chest.
It's a nice little rough draft.
That's all
good.
That's
a terrible rough draft. Shut up.
I've seen worse rough drafts.
That was like, okay, hold on. Let me explain that though. So I had this like Huion that I was working on. This is something I was talking about earlier. I lost all the brushes for it. And then I plugged in this fucking Wacom. And like within 5 minutes, that's what I like scrubbed up.
It's a good scrubbing.
Yeah.
There you go. You see, you just got blessed by the Gamma Trap.
Yeah,
see?
the Gamma
Trap.
Not
the Gamma Trap
on Twitter.
Come back to me when the Gamma Trap makes like really weird boxes, like 800 fucking box models for a company, and then they never get used.
Dog, I used to do color separation and screen printing like 500 a day for 3 years straight.
Oh my god!
And a lot of that was athletic shitty art.
I drew for a couple of games that do like loot boxes still, which is kind of a weird like thing in my mental space. I've done like some loot box art, and then I've done some there's a couple of games that are going to be coming out. They're like D&D type games that I've done art for, and then there's I'm doing art right now for a book. I can't remember the title. And I should, because I feel really bad because it's my brother's book.
You've got all written down. You're fine. I'm sure. Is there actually? Hang on. Not to take you away from that particular cool little list of stuff, but is there?
I don't know.
Are we like hella far away from the main point?
We're like off track.
We diverted a long time ago.
If you want to duck out, man, I gotta take a piss and like cook some food. And
is there any like closing topics you think we really need to hit?
Yes, couple quick little things, and then we'll be done. First question is, obviously you haven't really touched Sources of Heroes, and Joker hasn't, but Joker's already given me his. You have touched it. Okay, what is your impression?
He was like, "I'm okay with it. It's done. It's good. Yeah. It's like
my impression is once a week." Last year, it was a slightly more intense, kind of boring grind. Very repetitive.
Yeah.
And this year, it's actually a lot better so far. But again, I'm almost done with one set. Now, what's cool about this year is if you finish one set, the next set, the speed in which to finish it is doubled. Yeah. So you do it twice. Okay. And then the set after that is like tripled. So they really don't want you to waste time like they did last year. So that's really cool. That's very considerate of them. So that's cool.
Okay. I love the art. And kind of to like even springboard off of that. Last year it was kind of this condensed period. Now it's a longer.
We have a lot more time.
There's a lot more leisure. Like anybody, and that's where I come down to the problem with like criticizing it. It's like, okay, yes, it's the same copy paste shit that we did last year, and if you want to criticize that, fine, fair enough.
Dude, that shit's good.
It's anybody who's like forcing themselves to do 10 games of Gambit in one night. You're
doing it to yourself.
You're doing it to yourself.
At that point, I mean, honestly, I fucking love Gambit.
I fucking hate Gambit, but I can do like 10 games of Gambit across a week, right? Like, and that's what we're given here. We're not like given a couple of like a week or two to like do this shit. We're given, a fair amount of time.
Yeah,
because they push back, beyond light. So anybody bitching about it is kind of like lost the plot in terms of the for us to continue doing the content. Now, if you want to bitch about the quality of the content, I'm right there with you. But if you're bitching about like, oh, I feel so stressed out to do this content in a week to get the weapons and the armor, and I'm like, dude, bro, you lost me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's about perspective, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's a fair point. You know, I've casually worked on my hunter set for about a week now. It's been about a week, right? Yeah, it's been about a week since it came out.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been casually doing it. I'm almost done with the legendary set, and then I'll have those, like, the last objective. I think it's to get the white glows, but just casually doing it, and within a week I'm almost done. So now that you said that the double progress that's a true rumor, great, because then I can actually work on the Titan set then. Yeah, no, you're good.
Not.
Yeah, but I think that's a fair point. Yeah, and I agree with you on that. I feel like if you just take your time, like people in Destiny, I think they just blast through the content way too fast, and that's like all the content. They go through it way too fast, and it's like, just take your time.
Well, like, the craziest part is the content creators blast through really fast, and so then their opinion is that there's not enough shit to do, whereas most other people, like, again, I'm pretty sure it's over half now at this point.
Yeah,
don't actually even get to finish all that stuff. Like, I'm guessing that half of the regular player base probably won't be able to masterwork. I don't know, you can masterwork this shit yet, but they won't even like complete a full set with glow and everything. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, because people, they play for a little bit, they get off, they play a different game,
Yeah, healthy individuals.
Yeah, and when those of us who can work, they have work, So it's like, I think you make a very obvious point of, like, some people just can't, play. They just take their time, and that's okay, like Joker said, the quality of the content, yeah, we can talk about that, but the content itself, it's fine. Like you said, it's fine. It's good enough.
I love doing grinding shit like this for flashy ass armor.
Yeah, I love the armor.
Like, don't give me anything but the armor. I'm solid.
Yeah.
I'll do all that for just the armor.
Of course, I wish there was a weapon. Of course I did. I wish there was a weapon that was themed off of this set. But
I can't wait. What's it called? Festival of Lost?
I think that's going to be really interesting.
Give me exactly a copy and paste of the first one in D2, or maybe last year.
That's going to be the last time we get the Infinite Forest, man.
I'm like, just copy and paste. I fucking love that every time.
I love the monsters, fighting those monsters. Remember running from the Invincible Knight?
Yeah.
And you can't see anything? Like, that was actually a lot of fun. And
I love that event every time. Give me the exact
same shit. I really hope they
shit.
give us a chance, to earn that stuff in a really cool way. And I like that nighttime aspect.
Last year they gave us the Braytech. The year before that they gave us Horror Story. They might give us another one. Yeah, but it wouldn't be a bad idea if they also offer those other ones, because I don't think they're in the loot pool for anybody else at this point.
Right. Yeah, and that would be nice. Like, get a Braytech winter or werewolf. Braytech werewolf that will last the year. I think that would be really fun, and that'd be an easy win for them.
Different stats on it and stuff like that.
Oh, please, different roles.
Yeah.
The only role that was mildly decent was the first role. Like, so please give us some interesting roles on it,
and make it so that they don't get sunset with this last shit.
Well, they're not gonna. It's gonna eventually get sunset. Yeah. My loadout right now is Ace of Spades and Fellwinners.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, I'm on console, by the way, so I'm praying for that 140 buff every time I take Ace into the Crucible.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, if it's bad and I get good with it, right? Like, and then I spend the rest of the game shoulder charging, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I was like, just keep Fellwinners. You don't even need the Ace, man.
I mean, as long if they bring back like the Braytech and whatnot, and let it last the year, that's an easy win for them. I think people will be like, oh, great, okay, all right, it's worth it.
People love the masks. People love the forest. People fucking love that fucking forest.
Yeah,
there's hard triumphs involved with that forest. Like, you gotta go really fucking far, really fast.
I do think people are gonna bitch about like kind of the copy paste nature of it.
Oh, let them. I don't give a shit. I fucking love it.
I think it's gonna be one of those things like, hey guys, we have, and I think people kind of like when they come to my channel, they expect me to bitch about something, but I think they like No, it is what it is, right?
That's true. Yeah. Wait, was last year the year that we also got the Thunderlord? We went to the Cosmodrome for the first time.
Thunderlord and the Cosmodrome and stuff like that.
That was fun.
And I'm like, hey guys, like there should be like, in my vision of Destiny, you would have like your single player campaign DLCs, and they'd play like Halo campaigns, like shooter campaigns, and you can go back and you can replay them with your buddies. And it's fun, it's cool, and it's like great stories, yada yada yada. But then you need sustained content, right? And your sustained content is going to be your faction rallies, it's going to be your Iron Banner, and it's going to be your yearly events. And yeah, they're going to be the same thing over and over, maybe with different loot. Hopefully with different.
That's okay. You know, as long as we get it.
Like, in my mind, I think that's a really sustainable model for Destiny. And then you like maybe do a vendor refresh like every 6 months
or so, given what they've said, or so.
But at least once a year. It's gonna be once a year for recruit.
I'm gonna be mildly curious with this whole vaulting thing. What I would like to see them do, right? And this is gonna piss a lot of copy pasters, anti copy pasters off, is if it's going into this ethereal vault, right? I would want to see them like have it so that you can install items from that vault into your rig or whatever. Whenever.
I've been saying that since fucking day one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the vault's cool. They're putting a lot of D1 shit into the vault. I want them to put all of D1 into the vault if they can, if they got the time and shit. And they don't want Destiny to be your only game on your console or whatever. So like that's why they're like,
with 200,
yeah, fucking 6 terabyte ass. That's an exaggeration.
Space requirement.
But I want there to be an option to do that. Like, I know.
Do you know that all the sound, like every piece of dialogue and shit, is uncompressed in Destiny? And so, like, how many languages does Destiny have?
Dude, not just that. Like, the skyboxes are huge and stuff, but there's also weird ass, like, I don't know why.
The entire Iron Temple is accessible.
Yeah, there's just why? Like, just start taking, like, man, just give it to us if you're gonna give it to us, man.
I'm like, no, if they're gonna make it a thing, right? Like, if the Iron Temple was a thing that we could go and explore and do and like go down the entire mountain, fine, fair enough, fuck it, whatever. But like, you remember Halo 3? Remember how all the backgrounds were matte paintings?
Yeah,
and
it was just smooth.
Just do that. I'm there to play a level or two, and I'm there to do a strike or two. I don't need to be able to like escape the geometry and go for like an hour east. Okay, just because reasons.
Or like when you do a strike and you can just go off and do public events and all this other shit, and you're like,
I actually love that.
Well, no, that's
that's great, but at the same time,
it's in the social space. It's part of the MMO.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I think. The Vault of Glass, when they bring it back,
that's gonna be interesting.
The opening is going to be on Europa.
And you have it right there.
They're not bringing back Venus, right? And it would be really stupid not to have the opening of the vault. Like, so, like, where are they get? It's either going to be Europa or Nessus. And like putting it on Nessus would be stupid because
a little bit weird.
Yeah,
especially since this.
Why didn't we do that yet? Why is there this new thing on Nessus?
Yeah, right. Oh, the Leviathan opened up the gateway.
I also hope that because they're bringing back the Cosmodrome, I hope that they're. I know that they're bringing back the old strikes and stuff like that, but like I hope they use it for new story content, like or like I'm gonna air quote new story content. Because we've seen the like Aldrin thing where you go out into the Cosmodrome and you talk to Aldrin and shit like that.
He was the crow,
and he's like, "Why is the city breathing down my neck?" Well, it's because you killed the last Hunter Vanguard and you were resurrected as Guardian, and well, you're now the Hunter Vanguard. I know you have no experience whatsoever, don't know how to lead people, and you're just like confused and wondering why people are trying to shoot you all the time. But hey. Now you get to lead them, and they'll still probably shoot you.
Wouldn't it be the funniest thing if he became like a Titan?
Oh my god!
Oh god, that would be hilarious. No, he's gonna be a hunter though.
I mean, you never know, man.
Shows up in some like bulky set of armor, and he's like, "All right, guys."
Yeah, or a warlock. It'd probably be a better warlock than a Titan.
He'd be goofy.
Yeah, he would be Warlock
He'd
than
be
a
so
Titan.
goofy looking as a Titan.
He'd be goofy looking anyway. I mean, he's almost Hunter-like already, which is probably why everyone's like, well, he killed the original Hunter Vanguard and the way the dare works, and he already looks like a Hunter. He's got a hood, he's got a little bit of cloak. I mean, he's Hunter-like. He's got the fucking holster. Warlocks don't got holsters. So,
I like
I think it'd be funny.
Ray's supposition about this though. It's like if you took it all the way back to the like fucking penultimate version of how this should go, then technically speaking, Savathun would be
supposed to be the Hunter Vanguard. Yeah.
And like actually now when you like consider like she's been spying through the Ahamkara skull, wait a minute, is she the Hunter Vanguard?
Is she already the Vanguard?
Yeah.
Is that why Shaq still has the skull up there?
Yeah.
I like the song thing. I thought that was really clever.
That was clever.
I need to do a video on how clever that was. Because you got the Eris thing. It's like Shaq sings it, and then it's like always been the Shadowkeep song. And
Yeah.
then, like,
so everyone's already like, yeah. Is it this main theme that everyone hears? Yeah, that's it. What is it?
I'm like, that's so cool. I think that's the most clever thing that Bungie's ever done.
And well, I mean, I don't know. They've done some clever ass shit.
No, they've done some clever. I'm talking like low key clever, not like high key like seventh chest in the Vault of Glass. Keep everybody guessing for years, and then it wasn't a thing. But then also they made it a thing. You know, I think this is like one of those things. It's like it's part of the story. They like brought it all together.
You laughed at Shaq's singing.
In a contextual way, they wrapped it all up. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Oh wait, but I'm not supposed to say anything positive about Destiny. So
the Joker!
Something. Luke Smith's beard looks funny.
Yeah, saved my marriage, but damn that Scarab Lord.
No, you got to get that last little nip in. Final question for you, Gamma Trap. Favorite exotic in Destiny 2, least favorite exotic weapon in Destiny 2, favorite exotic armor in Destiny 2, least favorite exotic armor in Destiny 2. I just want to know. Just my own personal
favorite exotic weapon would probably be the Trinity Ghoul with the Catalyst.
Okay.
That is fun.
Along the same vein, because the whole Trinity Ghoul with the Catalyst is you could just spam lightning forever and kill ads like crazy. One of the reasons I love Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Compare that with a Dawn Blade using Sun Bracers.
Oh, you sneaky person.
Sun Bracers finally gets love.
Constant grenades, constant lightning.
Gauntlets.
Everything dies in like 2 minutes. We move on to the next area, bank the fucking moats.
You weren't in Destiny 1 year 1. You don't remember like 4 weeks of Sun Bracers.
Yeah.
Good old days, were they?
Good old days.
Now, mind you, my experience in Destiny 1, I'm not even joking. So I played all 3 characters, got a bunch of strange coins, was playing it religiously. And first week, they had Helm of Inmost Light and Galahorn. Done! Joker set!
Let's see. Least favorite armor piece. Exotic armor piece. The Titan one where you block better.
Oh,
the Stronghold. Is that the gauntlets?
Yeah, Stronghold.
Yeah,
wait, are you talking like the shield's better where you can shoot through it, or are you talking about like if you got a sword?
You have a sword and you.
Stronghold.
Yeah,
you're talking about Stronghold.
Cool
idea.
Too.
I don't even have it. I've never used it, but I've read all these descriptions and I'm like, that okay.
Sounds like dog shit.
Who blocks the sword, dog?
Yeah, I mean, like it was a cool idea, and it just didn't.
If they find a way to make sword blocking like a thing that you really got to do, kind of like in the dungeon where you do it and deflect shit, that's kind of cool.
Well, see, the problem is they have
need a
cool
sword that deflects shit.
Well, that's the thing. The sword perks like energy transfer and counterattack are awesome ideas, but Stomp ruins it because Stomp prevents it from actually proccing.
Well, I've been saying it since day one. Why has Lord Shaxx not had a quest for Raise Lighter?
Yeah.
Why has Saladin not had a quest for a Young Wolf Salvi too? Like there's a way that Bungie can bring back exotic swords into the game and actually make it like and make it like really like cool and interesting and like You're just doing the same shit that you'd be doing anyways. You're just playing Crucible. You're just playing Iron Banner. But like you have a reason to do it because you have these exotic swords.
I don't know about Raise Lighter, but I know that they would probably bring back the Iron Wolf thing whenever they emphasize the Iron Lords better. Probably when they give us access to the fucking temple again.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to guess, they'd bring Siva back again as well for that, like more pronounced because we see it now.
Yeah, I'm saying like I have this theory that like Rise of Iron was supposed to be part of Destiny 2, and then it was like taken out of Destiny 2 and put before Destiny 2. It was like developed alongside because they had to like do they shit Rise of Iron out. We're supposed to believe in 6 months, but they have a hard time developing other pieces of content. No. That doesn't just gel with me with like what they've done in the past. So I want to say it was like part of the content.
Right.
Supposed to ship. And then like you have like Destiny 2 ship and you have your first Iron Banner and like Lord Saladin doesn't recognize any of the shit that's happened. So it's like that leads more into that theory. And again, it's just a theory. Don't take that with a grain of salt. I'm spitballing. I'm just going like this makes sense given this, that, and the other. Right.
I'm eternally triggered by Saladin not recognizing us.
And then they had to like in like season 2, they had to like do a ghost shell that it like explained Aphrodite, but like Saladin was still like didn't know what happened. He's like, I am Lord Saladin. I do not know what happened.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to think.
Like accent and voice, by the way. I apologize.
You have to sound like old wolves still bite. That's what you gotta do.
I like that, dude. That sounded like you like smoke cigars and.
That's what you gotta do, dude. Man.
I like it. But no, I'm just saying, like, I think they could, like, because we know Shaxx has Raise Lighter, because that's what happened at the beginning of Destiny 2. And then we have, like, Saladin, he can reforge the fucking Young Wolves. And, like, what's stopping, like, the Vanguard from having their sword? Or, yeah, we got the new Dark Drinker from the one thing that's a legendary, and that's, like, the only good sword in the game. And it's, like, we know that the legendaries or the exotic swords from Destiny 1 were super cool, super awesome. Why not do that again? Like, what are you afraid of?
It's gonna get sunset anyway.
Exotics don't get sunset.
Not exotics,
but like a legendary sword for like the Vanguard or something, you know, that's on that kind of level.
To bitch about, and this is me going off on my last tangent. I apologize. A lot of people like to bitch about PvP getting weapons nerfed. A lot of people like to bitch about it. But like, if you actually look at the nerfs in Destiny 2,
a lot of it's been PvE.
They've done Bungie's actually done a commemorable job. I guess that's the word, if that's the word. Commendable job of separating the
PvE with PvP
nerfs and the PvP nerfs on weapons. They've done a really great job of that, in my opinion. And then, you know, and yes, of course, that started year 2, year 3, whatever, fuck it. But they finally got around to it. Credit where credit is due and all that. But then you got like this shit where it's like, sorry.
You like lost your train of thought for a second?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought for a second.
You're staring at the fuzz on your pop filter.
Yeah, like, dude, my bad.
What the fuck
no, I had one of those like, have you ever had like a shooting pain through your head?
Oh yeah.
Like,
reason.
What? Yeah.
But no, so Bungie's done a really great job of like separating nerfs in PvP and PvE. And if you look a lot of the nerfs for PvE, it's like Whisper of the Worm got nerfed.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't good in PvP. Like, who gave a shit about that? You know? It's just PvE gets nerfed because Bungie doesn't like you breaking their encounters. And I'm actually surprised they kept the Riven encounter the way it is. Like, when you just go in and nuke Riven, I think that's so cool because she's not a hive god. She's not paracausal. She's just a fucking worm with
she's paracausal. She can do like Ramkara can do crazy shit.
Cool stuff. No, she's not paracausal in the way that we're paracausal though.
No, yeah. She can't come back from the
she's not gonna take a grenade launcher to the face really well.
Well, I mean, Amkara, when they die, they don't really die.
They don't die. Yeah, their bones.
That's kind of fucked up. That's a little weird.
They want to die. Okay, I'm oversimplifying it, should I say?
We can
but I
cover
really
that
like how the
subject on
encounter
Friday.
is like you can like literally walk in still and cluster bomb grenade her in the face.
Well, yeah.
And just like walk out.
From now on, like I almost always exclusively do Riven legit.
Really? I've
Really?
never done her legit, dude.
Gamma, what do you play on?
You play on Xbox?
I'm not playing PC.
God damn it.
Obviously, look at me.
I mean,
you see
I
this
have
body?
A PC.
Oh,
I have a PC. Have you seen this body? I have nice shoulders. That's about it.
Hey, I'm making progress.
Shit. All right.
I have nice shoulders and a hobo beard.
You have a hobo beard.
Oh God. We're not doing this. Yeah, no, I almost exclusively do Riven legit now. I did Riven legit one time, and after that, I was like, I'm never doing it cheese again for a couple reasons. Like one, the biggest one right now is sword strat. You do a rift, bubble, all that shit, and then you just on her hand. And that's a fine way. You got everything right. You do the right grenades and whatever else. It works fine. But there's also plenty of people that you have to explain that to. And then you got to like double check other gear. And oftentimes you'll do that cheese. And if you do everything right and everything knows what's going on, you could do it, done, great, move on to the next one. But oftentimes,
this much off.
Yeah, got to get fucking that close. And you could be stuck on that for an hour and a half. Whereas if you do Riven legit, because everything's so dumbed down, you get to just, all you got to do is just a couple mechanics, split up a bit, that, match that, cool. Go back to the middle, DPS, maybe do it twice.
Right.
Get to a cool area, and it's like 25 minutes.
So
and it's awesome.
My confession: I haven't done Riven or what's the other one? The one with the fucking mech. Yeah. I haven't. Scourge, I literally got both exotics the first run.
Oh, fuck you.
You piece of shit.
I still don't have 1K.
The game's like, no, Joker, you don't need to do this more.
I don't have 1K and I don't have Anarchy.
Damn.
Yeah, I've got Anarchy
well, if I had a PC, I'd
like that. Within the first run.
I've got a friend of mine who's like, listen, just give me the account. I'll get these things for you. I'm like, I'll run them for you. You'll get the stuff. Please. I grind these every day, like 3 times a day with my various groups. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, shit, I might.
If it makes you feel better, I got nothing going up to the exotic. Like, I got absolutely fucking nothing going up to the exotic. Yeah. And then I got the exotic.
And you were like, all right, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm essentially going to be handing my controller over to my brother. I'm like, could you beat this level?
Yeah. Well, you're running out of time.
Mario 3, man. Sometimes you can't do that. Yeah. Best game ever.
I'm not paying for it, so it's not recovs.
Yeah.
For those who are like,
we could talk about that.
No, that's a whole ass topic. No, this is just a friend of mine wants to help me out with a fucking exotic.
Yeah. Well,
recoveries aren't as toxic as people say they are, but they're toxic for the community because, hey, fucking people who are bad are getting recovered on people who are good, and so it fucks up people who are bad. But at the end of the day, it's still not cheating, so go fuck yourself.
There's still a lot of them that are cheating. That's a huge-ass conversation, man. You can't just do that. It's just so small, so simplified.
I know, it's nuanced. There are people who are cheating. If we're talking about people who are cheating, that's a whole other conversation.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big-ass conversation.
That's people cheating. That's not, like, just legit account recoveries.
Dude, the crazy part about that is there's going to be, like, a lot of conversation about the legitimacy of fucking cheating. All cheating is bad.
So I did my 2 videos on like.
No. Hold on. We don't got time for this.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. My least favorite exotic weapon.
Oh yeah.
It's probably Sturm, I think, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that gun.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, that gun's really uncomfortable to wield.
I'm sure I've seen people do crazy shit with it and Drang.
Oh yeah,
like, it's not my playstyle.
Fallout has some amazing videos. Especially
Fallout loves sidearms.
Dude, oh my god, he's the sidearm god. I just can't do him. Because sidearms piss me off. They're like last word without any of the nerfs.
I call them putt-putts. Every time you use either ADS, it's always
I feel it.
Yeah.
All right, so is there other stuff you wanted to get into?
Oh, we're reaching over 2. Oh, we're almost at 2.5 hours.
That's my fault.
No. But, it's totally fine. Look, I think people wanted a nice long episode with Camo. I want to give
talk some Destiny. We talk some community.
Like, I needed to draw shit, and you people have wasted my time with like banter.
Not wasting time.
Banter.
He's like, I'm never gonna come on this podcast ever again.
No, I like it. I had a good time. Besides, I finally get to just hang with my boy Joker.
Dude,
yeah, I was surprised. I'm gonna be honest. I was surprised to hear that. I was all like, wait. Gamma likes me? What?
Dog. We share a lot of the same fucking humor.
So, like, me and Nate, like, we talk all the time, right? We got like this epic bromance. I think we've talked on like Destiny like once. Yeah, it is like for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, oh shit, dude.
Well, it's a good thing that we covered a lot of different topics and we didn't just keep it strictly Destiny. So I think that would have bored some listeners because it would have been like, oh, I can listen to any podcast about Destiny.
If you got people who are willing to talk about like the heavy shit about the community,
then
I mean that's a blessing.
That's why
that needs to be talked about more.
Funny shit after the Lana stuff, like I went purposely off center because it's like we just spent like fucking 20 minutes talking about deep shit. Like we need to go sideways a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's good that we covered all these different topics. We're giving the people what they want, man. That's what we do.
I don't know, man. You're gonna get a lot of dislikes.
Yeah, it is.
I think we have a lot of controversial opinions, but I don't think they're controversial if people like actually sit down and want to listen to them and dissect them. I think they're only controversial if you already have taken a side in an argument and you're not willing to change your opinion. And anybody who's not willing to change their opinion has already lost the debate.
Yeah, it's people often take the human out of shit, and that's usually people get mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Gamma, do you have any projects coming up that you want people to keep their eyes open for?
All of them.
Well, yeah. I actually I kissed and made up with the Reddit Destiny the Game subreddit.
Oh, all right.
I had a groundbreaking, fucking like earth-shattering fight with them, and they changed so much shit like over a year ago, and there was a mass exodus of artists from the subreddit, and Destiny the Creations subreddit was born just for artists and people who make shit, and like a bunch of shit just went down. Really? And recently, it was nutty. And recently I was like, I posted something on there and my content was banned, strictly banned from Destiny the Game subreddit. And all the mods were like, hi Gamma, what are you doing here? I was like, I just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I just want to see how y'all are doing. So what's going on, see what's up. You're like, oh, okay.
I know how that feels.
They're like, hi, all right. Oh, okay. So what do you want to do? You want to post that? Okay. And we had this weird awkward because they all talk on the same account. So a bunch of mods came in for this, and they're like, "Oh, Gamma." So I was like talking to the 9. It was like a hive mind. It was interesting. It was cool, and we ended up like having like it's easy to think of the mods like robots, but like once you once you get them talking like a human, everything works out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna self promo and do my basic shit that I would need to survive just for y'all. And y'all don't have to worry about it.
I think that's great. A little stupid, not self promo. Okay, like I'm obviously
here's why that this whole thing worked out fine is because after the ground shattering shit over a year ago, they gave artists at least a fucking inch. Where they don't have to do the 9-to-1 ratio. They can post pretty much whenever, and they can add at least one link to like Instagram or Twitter. Mm-hmm. They were not allowed to do that almost at all, ever, none whatsoever. And I threw the biggest bitch fit, and I got in a bunch of fights with a bunch of mods, and I dragged it across all these other social medias, and everyone.
Like, in my opinion, so here's somebody like posting some shit post about like Destiny Eververse sucks 8,752. And like that's okay, but like Gamma going, hey, here's this really cool piece of artwork I did. Also, if you want to see more of my art here, like here, and here. Like, no, dude, fuck that. Like,
it's and that was my fucking position. And I was back then, I was like mad as hell. And they were banning all my friends, all the artists, because they were self-promoing and all that stuff. And then there was this weird, because again, they weren't like all cohesive at that time. And so some had various opinions of what self-promo was. And they were like, if you post your own artwork, that's self-promo because it's yours and you're posting it of your own. And I'm like, they're like, what the fuck? And some other mods were like, that's dumb as fuck. What are you saying? You know, but they couldn't, like, they had a big old conversation among them. It was
if you're contributing to the community, you should be able to post it on fucking do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Yeah,
if
but again,
contributing to the community, done.
And a lot of shit I like misunderstood. So like, again, that was a little bit of back and forth. And I have a tenant like you, I'll punch back.
So, yeah, you punch back. You dude, you get it. Like, you're from Texas, man. You get it. Like, if somebody's gonna be like hospitable with you, you're like, oh, dude, like, come on, we'll go grab a beer. We'll get a dinner. We'll like have a talk. But like, if somebody comes in, they're like, hey, fuck you, and they throw a punch, you're like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Like, this is our Sunday afternoon. I see. All right. Yeah, dude. So, but anyway, long story short, we made peace. We're good. I'm cool with various changes they've made, and I'm testing the waters now, and it's working out great.
Great. Great.
Carte blanche ban on most of the Reddits. So there you go.
Yeah.
Which it's really funny because like you see the Reddit opinion and the community opinion, and then you see like me get along with Malin and Bife and you, and it's like what people think is reality is not necessarily what's going on, I guess, behind the scenes.
It's perspective and how people view communication.
Yeah.
So some people might hear someone say the exact same shit as someone else, but if they see your previous stuff of how you speak and how you do things, this other direction, that they interpret that as being, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, sound effect and everything.
Wow. I like it, dude.
Tell the people where they can find you, Gamma. Where can they find you at?
They can find me on Twitter.
Where can they find you at, Gamma?
At the Gamma Trap, no caps, no spaces. And Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all just Gamma Trap. And then gammatrap.com if you want to do all that other stuff.
And then soon he'll be on soundboard at Gamma Trap on the Apple iStore.
Oh, truly, yes, of course.
Yes, we gotta get those soundboard clips. This is all soundboard is the best soundboard. Changed my mind. Anyways.
Oh yeah. And let's get Joker. Where can the people find you?
Okay, Joker is being like terribly a horrible human being and ranting on. He can be found at DSR_Joker on the Twitter net. And then at Darkside Royalty Lore. No longer Lore. I keep forgetting that. It's just Darkside Royalty on YouTube. We took out the lore because we only talk about lore half the time.
Mm-hmm. It's your thick editions.
Dude, those thick videos were amazing.
Do another one.
Gemma, if you haven't watched my thick videos, you should.
Is it like the thickest?
Yeah, it's like Halo thick and Destiny thick. It's like me basically doing Q&A. And like it literally started out as Q&A, just a normal like I'm gonna do a lore Q&A. This should be fun.
And then the questions got weird.
And then like the cute questions were just all thick. Like who's the thickest? What's the thickest? Why is the thickest?
All right, I got you.
Great. Yeah. So if you're thirsty and you want thick Destiny questions answered, I guess follow my channel.
Yeah, man, go for it, listeners. You got to check out both of these people, please. And once again, another thank you to Gamma Trap for actually coming up on here. Stop, my voice keeps cracking. But thanks for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. You know, this was a
thank
really
you for the
fun
invitation.
Episode. Yeah, and Joker again. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I just had nothing better to do.
Oh my god,
I'm like procrastinating on doing that video for the Solstice of Heroes. I'm gonna be real and be honest.
Dude, just grind out one piece of armor.
One piece.
I got to do it.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Just
procrastinating.
If you just do one set.
Like, do you like the blind well?
No.
Oh.
I don't like horde mode at all, dude. Destiny's killed horde mode for me. Yeah, I love horde mode. Halo ODST, man, to get that recon. Dude, I was all about that shit. But like Destiny, man, nah, dude. It's done one too many. I'm jaded.
Yeah.
I'm jaded as fuck about horde modes.
I understand that. Well, you guys, you can follow me on Twitter at XBIIProfit. You can find the podcast at The Destiny Corner on YouTube and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And thanks again for listening, and thanks again to the guests for joining.
Adios.
I'll keep joining just as long as you send me an invite with a week notice.
You got it, man. You got it. Friday. And Gamma, you're always welcome to join.
Thank you.
Always. Yeah. All right,
Gamma,
guys.
do you do Warhammer?
I do. I have not.